called hacks.
You're the widow on the radio.
No.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Mark Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Внимание!
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
You've never met anybody who's more obsessed with being right in their life, and by the way, has never been
What
wrong.
are you doing?
Bing, ba-da-bop, yeah. Boom, ba-da-bop, ba-da-bop, boom, ba-da-bop, yeah.
7:02 and 40 seconds. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show begins on the 25th of March, 2026, a windy Wednesday indeed. And it is opening day in Major League Baseball, technically, tonight.
Kinda, yeah.
The Yankees and the San Francisco Gigantes on Netflix. And I just want to start here. I get it out of the way.
What?
There's a certain individual we all know who's a Yankees fan.
Okay.
Who is complaining quite a bit on social media. You're telling me the Yankees aren't on regular over-the-air television? On the Yes Network, they got to be on Netflix? Isn't this 1972 where everybody can watch every game? I won't mention his name, Bergie.
Okay.
JT the Brick. And he's very upset that his Yankees and Gigantes are on Netflix tonight as Major League Baseball opens another season. And we get ready for Dodgers opening day tomorrow. The Dodgers against the Diamondbacks.
The Dodgers.
How long do I have, and how long do old guys like me have, to complain about the movement of sports games on networks where you're like, wait, I wasn't expecting baseball on Netflix. I turned on the TV.
Get used to it, pal.
Yeah, I think the good thing is the NFL did it first.
Yeah.
Where now everybody figured it out for the NFL. And while your argument and others that are maybe on the senior side of things,
right,
on the wrong side of the hill.
What is my argument?
Is, well, that's the NFL.
No.
NBA's doing it now.
Yeah, right. Everybody's doing it. My point is that, like, as an old guy, first you got to get up and you go, hey, I know baseball's starting tonight, so I'm going to turn on the TV. And when I turn on the TV, the first place I'm going to go is ESPN. And when I get to ESPN, I'm going to go, where's the game? And then I'm going to go, okay, where else would I go besides ESPN? How about ESPN 2? Okay, how about ESPN Deportes? All right, now I'm getting desperate. How about Fox Sports 1? Doesn't Fox have baseball? And then you're like, I don't know where to go. And then you'll finally eventually get it on Netflix. But then you'll complain for a while. Like, there are still people complaining about the NBA. I don't know where to watch the games. I don't know how to get Peacock. I don't know my password. So I'm just wondering.
That's just you on the password.
Yeah, the password thing.
The password thing is just
it's only me.
It's just you. See, I don't really care about that portion of it. That's the way the world's going. The Super Bowl is going to be on Netflix at some point. So, but for me, I want every game back to being on Thursdays at 1 o'clock. Every single game starts at the same time
I agree with
on
that.
Thursday.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
I want opening day. I don't want an opening night one day and then a couple opening day games in the morning and then some at night. Like the Dodgers are playing at 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
No. 1 o'clock, middle of day, opening day. Let's do this.
I have another complaint.
Hey, but aren't you excited to watch Jameis Winston and the Usos from the WWE on Netflix ring in the new baseball season?
You're kidding me.
No,
You're
that's
kidding me.
literally what they're doing. Oh, and one of those comedians.
Well, they got to cross-promote, bro.
I think it's what is that guy's name that takes his shirt off all the time?
Oh, Bert Kreischer?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
Bert
Him?
Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer is involved. I know
Jameis Winston.
Wait, what? Now, Jameis Winston, listen, I obviously you can put him together with football. And over the last few years around the Super Bowl, he's done a lot of like personality-related
Right,
content.
he's funny.
So he's very funny. But what? Jameis Winston.
Knick-knack, this, that, patty whack, give a dog a bone.
Give a dog a bone, right?
He played baseball in college.
He did?
Dude,
He was really good. He almost played baseball instead of football.
Yeah.
Probably should have.
I don't recall that. Okay.
But also, like, I don't know. I don't need. He's incredibly entertaining. I just don't know if I want it for baseball.
And the Usos. It's like
who are they?
They're,
Who are the
they're
Usos?
No
WWE tag team brothers.
So Netflix has the WWE still involvement. James Winston, when I do a quick search, there's something about a documentary Netflix is possibly working on.
Okay.
And then Bert Kreischer has a relationship with Netflix.
Yeah.
It goes back to people used to say for years NBC lost a lot of money on the Olympics, but they did it so they could promote their fall lineup for the summer games.
Mm-hmm.
Everything now is about how can we get, you have an old school radio term, CUME, C-U-M-E. And we could say that now because we're not a Nielsen station, so nobody's going to fine us. CUME. It's the same concept. How do we get people into our tent, and then once we get them there for a sporting event, we promote everything else?
Yeah. No, that makes total sense. Like if you're Jameis Winston, you're now a backup quarterback with the Giants, right? He's still with the Giants. And if you've got something going with Netflix and they've got a big event like a baseball game and they're trying to promote his documentary, if that's what the case is, and Bert Kreischer makes all the sense in the world, right? I mean,
that guy's just annoying. He's like oversaturated. Sorry.
Well, but I mean, you just
gotta
think
make
about,
it while you can.
But you think about who the demographic is. I mean, if you're looking for younger males in particular, and you're saying this younger audience doesn't need ESPN or NBC or CBS, they'll come to Netflix for baseball. Well, when my 25-year-old son turns on Netflix for baseball and he sees Bert Kreischer, he's like, this is super cool. So listen, baseball's done a million things here in the last few years to try and appeal to a younger audience, moving to a streaming platform and utilizing a famous comedian like Kreischer. That actually kind of makes sense.
How long do you think it actually lasts, though? Because a lot of these things, they change it. They do it for a year, and they go, you know what, that just didn't work at all.
I don't know that Kreischer and Jameis Winston are like full-time studio hosts.
Lindsay, do you know?
I don't think so.
Is it just for today?
So Netflix is not. They don't have a ton of games. They said that they're in the event business where they want big, huge, flashy events, and they don't want like a bunch of games throughout the season. They don't want to buy a package of games. They want like opening night and maybe eventually the All-Star game. So it's not something where like that's part of their. If they have more MLB games, that's part of like their regular broadcast team.
This is from the New York Giants website. It says that Yankees start off the baseball season against the San Francisco Giants, and the opening day broadcast will be a special one. Well, the game will air on Netflix, first ever time MLB game streams on the platform. And making it more special is Giants quarterback Jameis Winston set to be a special guest on tonight's broadcast. So it sounds like he's just kind of there for a first-time deal. And by the way, I'm with you guys. I didn't realize that he was a baseball player in college.
15th round selection for the Texas Rangers.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
With that, no, George Bush wasn't running the Rangers at that point.
2013.
He was already president too.
Mm-hmm.
He'd run the Rangers and become president twice.
Pitcher and outfielder.
Beautiful.
Hit 235.
Meanwhile, tomorrow the Dodgers against the Diamondbacks again. Not that classic 1 o'clock opening day that Bergie likes. It's like a 5:25 start or something like that.
It is 5:30 on NBC Peacock.
And you know who will be the starting pitcher? Hit it, Lindsay. Yamamoto.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yoshinobu.
I was thinking of Kershaw since he's going to be on the broadcast.
No, this year we won't have to put up with.
Come on, Crenshaw.
You really can't even do that anymore.
I can't actually.
Yeah, you really can.
I can actually.
Well, I kind of
because there's a montage. There's a 9-minute montage from Kershaw's playoff moments.
He's a 3-time World Series champion.
That's great. Guess what I can still do? Guess how many World Series he would have won if he didn't choke all the time?
How many?
Probably 6.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was an exact number.
I know that 3 is so terrible. So many guys have 3.
Shohei Ohtani is expected to start March 31st against Lindsay Baseball's Cleveland Gardos.
Right, Tuesday.
So Tuesday. So I was considering opening day tickets tomorrow night because one Stephanie Alexander, my girlfriend, was like, "Oh, opening day."
I wished her a happy Stephanie Day yesterday.
Beautiful. And then I kind of sidestepped that with like, wow, these prices insane. Like we got Springsteen coming up. We got a Chicago trip.
Yeah.
We got those Disney passes still,
You want to go to Disney for opening day?
So on the drive back to her house last Saturday, she's like, oh, we should do Disneyland this week. I'm like, perfect. Saturday, I'm staying over Friday night here, going to the Laker game. Saturday, got Clapper in the morning, then Disney. And she's like, we should also maybe try to do a Dodger game this weekend. I'm like, all right. So this there's not so I was thinking maybe there's a Sunday game. No Sunday game.
Mm-hmm.
Just a Saturday night game. So a Thursday night game, Friday night game, Saturday night game. Now, Saturday is Will Smith bobblehead day.
Okay.
Now, the prices aren't opening day prices, but still, it's opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know how expensive it is for opening day?
Oh, it's thousands.
Right, it's crazy.
Top deck, like 300?
Top deck is 400, right?
Yeah. It was, last I saw it was 325
for top deck.
Wow.
On average, they said the LA Times did something about how on average, a family of 4, like a parent and 2 kids, so it's 4 tickets for decent. It just is like average seats, nothing expensive.
Hot dog, soda.
4 hot dogs, 2 beers, and 2 sodas. $420.
No
in
way.
Parking.
That's it?
That's not even
That's
possible.
it?
But it's
No.
like with the cheapest
Per person?
No,
Yeah.
total.
No way.
No,
No,
that's
20
not-
For
total?
opening day?
No, not for
No, for the season.
Oh,
like
for
on
the
average.
season. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay,
if you sit
gotcha.
top deck on
Yeah.
average,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's still $400 for a baseball game. That seems
And
crazy.
that's top deck.
Right, but that's a Dodger game.
That
Yeah.
kid's nose is going to start bleeding.
Yeah, yeah. That's not a Pirates game. That's not a
Marlins game.
Tampa Bay Rays game.
Rockies.
Yeah, St. Louis Cardinals game. It's not this. Hey, listen, that's not an Angels game. How about that? Let's keep it even closer. But I can I just tell you guys.
By the way, the Angels will open their season tomorrow against the Astros, the hated ones.
Right.
They'll be in Houston.
that's a 1:00 game. Just
There
so
you
know,
go, Bergie.
That's
Well,
a-
but it's not 1 o'clock in Houston.
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock in
it's
Houston.
1:10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I one other? I guess I'll call it opening day gripe, if you will. I hate interleague play for opening day. Like as an example, I mean, why are the Padres playing against the Tigers? There's nothing there. You know, they come from.
Why are you like 70-year-old radio guy now?
Well, I mean,
Why do you have to gripe about everything?
Well, I'm griping today.
Why?
I'm griping. Well,
Who
Scott
cares
Francesa
about
Kaplan?
what'd
Easy
you
with the
say?
Francesa shots? I love Francesa. Come on now. Why?
You like when he falls asleep?
Yeah, I do actually. We got a guy named John Ireland who does it every day,
It was set up so perfectly.
Wow.
and I feel bad ripping Johnny I because he's been magical. We had a
Oh,
great
he's been
live
on
imaging
fire.
Tuesday yesterday.
He's been on fire.
So why'd you set me up for that?
I know. Why'd you do that, Bergie?
You would never do something like that.
Who cares about the Pirates and Tigers? They're actually making something out of nothing, which is have them play each other, and maybe somebody will care.
I don't think that's the case, but okay. I mean, listen,
I feel like that's a very old guy take.
It is an old guy take.
No offense.
Okay. No, it's okay.
I just don't
None
think
taken.
like people, younger people that they're trying to target.
Yeah.
They don't even know the difference between like interleague. Like they don't remember when interleague play didn't exist.
Well, let me
which
ask you guys
I
a
do.
question. If you're a Red Sox fan, are you psyched up because you're playing Cincinnati to start the season, or
No,
wouldn't
but
you
that's
like
'cause
to
the Reds
play?
stink.
But wouldn't you like? Well, that's my point. Wouldn't you like to play somebody in your division? Like I think the Dodgers. They have, Arizona is a team that's expected to compete, I guess, for second place in the division.
They're compete for second, but
You're
also like I don't really care that they're playing the Diamondbacks. If they were playing the Rays, that wouldn't bother me either.
Oh, no?
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
I-
I'd rather see a
I
team they
like
don't always
the,
play.
I don't like interleague.
Oh,
And you don't like interleague at all.
But I don't like interleague on
that's
opening
from
day.
Family Guy, a show you haven't watched.
Okay,
yet.
I don't watch that.
I
Cappy,
love
here's
that
the
show. That was
thing.
a great job.
When you wake up at the East Central in the morning and you look at the man in the mirror and you're nude looking at that full-length mirror and you look down and you see some gray little fellas.
Yeah. Did you say gray little fellas?
Yeah.
Okay.
You may be old,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean you have to sound like old guy on the radio going, oh, in my day, they didn't start with the Tigers and Pirates.
Well, in my day, they didn't have games on Netflix.
So
with
what?
Bert Kreischer doing the commentary in the pregame.
So
They had
what?
Bob Costas.
You still got Bob Costas
You
tomorrow
know?
night on NBC.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, him and Kershaw.
They had Tim McCarver.
Well, Tim's dead.
Oh,
God, he's not
R.I.P.
alive.
It is a fight.
Is Tim dead?
Yeah, a while ago.
Okay, rest in
Where's
peace.
Barry Bonds going? Didn't they hire Barry Bonds?
No, wait,
Yeah.
they did? Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barry's going to be on, I think, Netflix.
Wow.
Right?
Okay. See, now it's interesting.
You like that gray little one
gray
sounding?
little ones, huh?
Well, unless you're
Quack,
dying
quack.
those things.
No, I don't dye those. I eliminate those.
Hit the bell. It's 7:15. We're a quarter through the show of the first segment, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And Sedano will join us in a little bit. He's going on a little sleep, and I can't wait for him to play the clips from yesterday when you and Momo were taking shots.
Not me, Momo. Not
Oh,
me.
wait a
I
minute. Whoa,
defended
whoa,
him.
whoa,
I
whoa.
defended Sedano.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did so.
You
Sedano
said,
is
"Are
a
you sure
guy
you want to
who's
say
like,
that?"
hey, I've been around the NBA 20
Hold on, let me
years.
restart. Hold on.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do.
God.
What do you mean, oh, God? What do you mean?
You set it up,
Right. I said that Sedano's a guy.
but
that's
you
been
said
in the
it with
NBA.
tongue firmly placed in your cheek.
Oh, I don't think so at all. I thought I was 100% supportive of George, and I said, hey, look, here's a guy who's been around the NBA for a long time, and he knows how to draw up plays. In fact, when I asked him, has a coach sat with you and kind of taught you this, he actually got insulted that I asked him that somebody taught this to him. I was like, that's not an insult. That's like, hey, you've got a good relationship with a coach. He says, hey, let me bring you into the office. Let's do some film study. Let me draw some plays so that you yourself know what you're talking about. And Momo really thought that George, who no problem with play-by-play, no problem with studio hosting, no problem with sideline commentary, but she seemed to have a tone that he shouldn't play analyst. That's what I heard.
All right, it's 7:16. You know what you could have done in those 16 minutes? You could have dyed the little gray ones, or you could have gone seen our friends at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you. Now, I talked to Sedano before he got on his final flight for about 10, 15 minutes, and I knew I was probably last on the, like he had gone through 9 phone calls already, and he was like, God, I got to fill some more time. Should I call Cappy or Morales?
I missed his call.
You did miss his call?
I missed his call because, I
So then I was next.
I never have my ringer on my phone. My ringer
is that another old guy thing?
No, the old guy thing is leaving it on.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, old guy thing is like you have a super loud ring.
But that's why you need an Apple Watch. So even if your phone's in the other room, your watch starts buzzing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want. I had an Apple. Well, I still have one, but I never wear it, and it's because I had it with the settings where every time you got a text, it like vibrated.
I love it. I love it.
And I just honestly couldn't take it anymore.
Oh, I love it.
The only thing that's bad about it is you're in meetings and then you look at your watch.
But that's what I like.
Oh, no, not
but
me.
people think like, oh, do you have somewhere else to be?
Yeah, I want them to think that.
So one of my friends
I want them to think you're not as important as what's on my watch.
I told my friend, I was like, I don't want you to wear that watch when we hang out because it's so distracting. Because we were in Vegas or something, and he kept looking at it every time he'd get a notification to the point where it was like,
you gotta look at what's
right. And I was like, can you not? And he's like, oh, I got a text, and I'm just like, well, look at your phone. I don't know.
You know that when you're working and you're wearing a watch or you have your phone next to you and you get a text over and over again, or you're constantly checking email. Do you know that it takes you so much time to go from whatever you're working on to the distraction of the text or the email if your email's open, and then you start to respond to things, and then you got to come back to what you were doing, and you've lost focus.
That's why you look at your watch real quick, and I glance and go, okay, that's not important. Let me go back to what I'm doing. Or, that looks like a red alert. Let me open up my phone and respond. Or I can just respond on my watch, which I do often too.
Yeah, I can't wear the Apple Watch because it bugs me.
It reminds me of the old BlackBerry days when you could quickly just look and see the headline without putting a passcode in.
I want to say that when you reference BlackBerry, that's as old of a take as me being pissed off about interleague play.
I don't think so.
No, it is. No, it is. It's
my last
old.
BlackBerry that I had.
No. Everybody says no. BlackBerry is a contemporary
reference.
I
with
love
the little
my
ball on there.
I miss my BlackBerry.
I miss it too. I had a BlackBerry and
loved it.
I had a BlackBerry and an iPhone up until 2016. I still had a BlackBerry and I had an iPhone. And then a BlackBerry gave out, and I went into the Verizon replacement. And they're like, "Yeah, we don't really have any of those." And I was like, "Okay, let's just go to iPhone." Then.
Remember, I fought the iPhone for the longest time because I loved that when you had the BlackBerry and you pushed the
full
buttons,
keyboard.
There was like a full keyboard and there was a spring underneath it, so every button was actually pushable. Whereas you now with your iPhone, you're using a screen. And for those of us that were BlackBerry centric back then, we liked that feel of the push of the keyboard.
I did not get an iPhone because I didn't want touchscreen.
Same.
There you go.
Same. Now
you should watch the BlackBerry movie. It was made a few years ago, but now it's on Netflix. They've posted it this weekend. It's really good. The BlackBerry movie, very Canadian because it's a Canadian company, Waterloo.
How did they go out of business, or why?
Why don't you watch the movie?
Why don't you just tell
Basically,
me? Basically,
iPhones took over.
Yeah,
I'm not going to watch it.
It's a great movie.
I know, but listen.
By the way, it's also kind of sexy in a weird way. The guy who was the CEO or co-CEO of BlackBerry.
Yeah.
So maybe you and Rachel could watch it, and then you both will get turned on by it, and then you get down.
Okay, why was he like at a Coldplay concert?
He was a
with
giant a-hole that also tried to buy an NHL team several times. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be your rom-com for this weekend.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I mean, this past weekend it was Peaky Blinders. That was no rom-com, pal.
You show her your Peaky Blinder. Why not?
And the little gray ones, or whatever you said.
7:20. On a windy Wednesday, Wendy's going to be in here around 8:30 this morning. We'll keep the fun and frivolity going on. What's on tap today on ESPN LA? The Lakers wrap up their East Coast road trip tonight in Indiana. The Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Duran starts at 2:30 p.m. with tip-off at 4. Hear it on your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. Coming up in 3 minutes. So I was on the air yesterday afternoon when a little story about Puka dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Which brings us...
Or maybe I shouldn't even say that. Maybe that'll bother Puka.
Let's talk about that. And also we can play the Chris Kanty sound from a few days ago now that we didn't get to about Puka and what the Rams should do. And now given this other, quote, antic, what it all means. That's ahead on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. Wake up, sucker!
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
You've heard us talk about Legends Attic, and if you've never been, you've been missing out. It's a party with some of the biggest legends in sports. They just had the Martinez brothers, Ramon and Pedro, and now it's your chance to meet 1983 Rookie of the Year Darryl Strawberry and All-Star Eric Davis. Join us as we broadcast live on Friday, April 3rd from Legends Attic in Claremont. Check out incredible sports art by Dave Hobrick, enjoy giveaways, prizes, and celebrate the return of baseball season. Get your tickets now at legendsattic.com, and we'll see you Friday, April 3rd from 3 to 6 p.m. at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Hey, Laker fans, it's time to team up with National University for an affordable, achievable bachelor's or master's degree. Choose 4 8-week courses and call timeout anytime. You need free tutoring, career counseling, and more. Plus, NU has a generous transfer credit policy and offers year-round enrollment. Best of all, our Year of You scholarship awards up to $6,000 annually toward an industry current bachelor's or master's degree. Apply by March 31st at nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply.
Buenos dias.
Hey, it's Mace here for Cosm. And March Madness isn't meant to be watched. It's meant to be experienced. At Cosm, you're not just watching, you're in the game, wall to wall, LED, every dunk, every buzzer beater. You can lock into the tournament mode inside the dome. You will feel like you are courtside. Set it up with VIP all-inclusive food and drinks, and yeah, they'll deliver it straight to your seat. Or rally the crew in the hall with every game on all at once. March Madness lives at Cosm. Be there.
So I'm in Mike Capozio's office at Rotolo Chevrolet. Mike, help me with something. Every time I hear an ad, everybody is number one. How is there more than one number one?
Number one here, number one there. And fortunately for me, Chevrolet tells us who's number one.
So we're talking huge inventory, Chevy cars and trucks, SUVs, everything you could want. That's how you stay number one. And
you got to have the inventory to give to the people, but you need the people in the building to take care of the people that are coming into our building. No one does better with a customer than we do.
That's how you stay on top for more than a decade. Go online at rotolochevy.com.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
Adam Schefter here. It's tournament time, when only the most talented teams survive in advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
You did the thing that you said you wouldn't do now. Now you've learned, which is nice. But you did the thing. The thing. You did the thing. What thing did I do? The thing? You did the thing. The thing that you said you didn't want to do now.
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
The thing that I did? That's smart sports talking. Yeah. But now here's the new thing.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
7:25. It's a windy Wednesday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Good morning. Cappy, he turned 79 years old today. Sir Elton John.
I remember when rock was young.
This is one of my favorites. The Crocodile Rock.
Yeah.
This is early Elton.
Good, energetic, early morning song, though, 7:25 a.m. You're driving around right now, can't help but sing along to this song.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know that he didn't write the lyrics until the movie, Rocket Man.
Great movie, by the way.
A great movie.
You mean you had a lot of question about the lyrics? Who wrote these lyrics?
No, I know. I just figured he wrote them. I thought he was the singer-songwriter.
Uh-huh.
He didn't write a lot of his
songs.
songs.
He is the singer. He didn't write any of them.
Yeah.
Really?
He had somebody that wrote. Did you
Yeah.
not see Rocket Man?
He didn't.
I did not.
Oh.
No, I saw Peaky Blinders on Saturday night.
That's like his claim to current pop culture.
Right, I want you guys to know that
it's-
I'm contemporary. I saw Peaky Blinders, the #1 movie in the country, on Netflix.
By the way, as a guy who once wore the Dodgers Elton John outfit as a bit,
The Dodgers.
you should watch the movie.
I should watch the movie.
It's a great movie.
I did see the one about Queen. Is that like a
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay.
What's wrong with you?
It's really good. No, honestly, you should watch it. It's a
Okay,
really
what's it called?
good movie. Rocket Man.
He just said it.
Okay, wait, Rocket Man.
Just like the song,
Yeah.
you know, that he sings.
Yeah.
Take
Sing
out your
the
phone.
song.
Not Crocodile
Go
Rock?
to your notes.
Yeah.
Type Rocket Man Elton John movie.
Okay, wait, and then Chris, your earlier suggestion about the BlackBerry CEO.
That's on Netflix.
What's
That's
that
easy.
called?
BlackBerry.
Okay, so BlackBerry, BlackBerry, and Rocket Man.
If you open up Netflix, the first thing you're going to see is BlackBerry.
It's like it's one of their
right there in front
new
of you.
releases.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's an old movie, but they just not that old, but they just got it.
Okay.
And posted it.
I'm going to work on that today. I'm going to watch the
you're
Lakers
not.
and
No,
the
you're not.
Pacers.
No, you're not.
And then I'm going to watch Rocket Man.
No, you're not.
then
And
I'm gonna
opening
watch
night.
BlackBerry.
And you got. So here's the good thing: you're
Yeah.
on Netflix already.
Right.
Watching BlackBerry. Then the Yankees and the Gigantes are on there for opening night.
I mean, are you
and
gonna watch
Jameis Winston.
Are you going to watch it? Honestly?
What's that?
Unwavering faith.
Giants, Yankees.
Ultimate
Oh,
belief.
Giants, Yankees, I will not watch tonight in protest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You're
will.
protesting with JT.
I'm protesting interleague play. I'm protesting streaming. I'm protesting Major League Baseball starting with one individual game rather than every game going off at the exact same time on the same day. I'm in protest tonight.
Good. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm there with you on
Got to
that.
take a stand.
We like to always have fun and frivolity on the show. We want to put a smile on your face. And we are the home of Rams football. So these things are kind of a little bit of a rub. But yesterday, during the DeMarco and Travis afternoon show, DeMarco, the Rams Super Bowl champion, part of the Rams broadcast team, part of the Ramily, it was uncomfortable when TMZ reported that allegations had been made against star wide receiver Puka Nacua for making an anti-Semitic comment and biting a woman. And they had a picture of the bite that was on the social media post and the report. Now, Puka and his team are denying the allegations, saying they are completely false. But the uncomfortable part is, if this was a one-off, you might go, well, this could be something. This is now stacking up where there's a lot of, quote, antics. He didn't kill somebody. He didn't get, when we saw him dancing on Super Bowl night drunk in the street, he didn't get behind the wheel. He had a driver. He was just having a good time. But remember when he went on the social media YouTube thing with the gamers?
Aiden Ross and Neon.
After he was asked by his coach not to.
Right, and did an anti-Semitic dance, which he then said afterwards, he apologized and said, I didn't know that. And everybody took it as, okay, you're a young guy. Maybe you didn't know it. But now things are starting to line up where, okay, there's a little bit of a layer of doubt now. And most importantly, as a guy who's coming up now on his final season of his rookie contract, he hasn't cashed in yet. He's got a lot of money in terms of compared to everybody else in the world, but he's about to cash in. You see what JSN just cashed in with the Seahawks.
Right. $120 million guaranteed.
Puka, that's right in front of you.
Yeah.
You're an incredible star. You're in Los Angeles. Is it all getting to your head? There's the issues with your family and their antics. So you just got to wonder, hey, what are you doing? And here's the thing I asked DeMarco. You know, we all have spent time around athletes, and you always would think, you would hope that somebody is around you in your crew that protects you, that says, hey, we got to get you out of here. You've had a little too much tonight. Let's go home. We can keep the party going at home. Let's get private people to come over and be at the party. Let's have security. Let's not leave you open. And in today's day and age, you know, we think about the White House and the Cowboys. Imagine if people had phones back then that could record video. Think about all the things Michael Jordan did and Tiger, right?
Big time.
But think of like Puka. Maybe you're not smart enough. That's okay. You're a football player. Maybe you don't have to be thinking about your PR and your image. Don't you have people around you that are going, hey, man, you got to protect the investment that is you and your brand and your star power. Stop.
Yeah.
We're going to keep you locked up in the house for the next 6 months until the NFL season starts.
Right.
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You need food, we'll bring it to you. You need booze, we'll bring it to you. You need something else, we'll bring it to you. You're not going anywhere. Because there's $120 million at least on the line. Right. And by the way, if in your final year of your rookie deal, you go and win the Super Bowl, which that's potential for the Rams right now, the cash is going to be nonstop. The PR is going to be nonstop. The endorsements, you're going to be the star of Los Angeles. And you're doing this stuff?
Yeah.
He's too big of a risk right now, in my opinion. Not too big, but he's getting to be. Like, he's like an incident away from being like too much of a risk for the Rams to extend him with a huge contract because of his antics. Because he's eventually, don't you think he's going to get to a point where something's going to happen and like people aren't going to want to deal with that at all.
We hope not. By the way, I want to give myself a round of applause.
Yeah, no, you should rack yourself.
I think that, again,
somebody should rack morale.
I think the Great Bergman School of Content has
really
been
good.
working out.
It moved. It had layers.
I wanted to lay out a little bit and let you just
No,
keep
you did.
rolling.
You laid
were
out
doing
for
a good
me.
job.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
You weren't like Momo yesterday. You stepped on us 57 times a
Every
segment.
person in here.
Go ahead, Cappy.
All right, let me start off with this. I said this last season, and I'm going to say it again. You guys remember when Luka, not Puka, Luka was traded from Dallas to the Lakers. And on his way out the door, because most normal people would be like, who the hell trades a superstar at this age, at this stage of their career? Nobody would ever do such a dumb thing. But remember, when Luka was pushed out the door, what did they all do? They told you about all of his warts, or at least the ones that they saw. He drinks too much. He smokes hookah too much. He's fat. He doesn't play defense. They told you about all these things about Luka that they didn't like about Luka, right? But the Laker fans were like, bring him our way. We'll get him into a Laker uniform. We'll get him on a diet this summer, and he'll score 40 points a game, and they'll go on a crazy win streak. So the Mavericks, on their way out of the Luka business, beat up on Luka. They told you about all the things that they saw as negatives about Luka. And I said this during the season last year. If the Rams do not sign Puka Nacua when his contract is up or in advance of the expiration of his contract, they will do to Puka what the Mavericks did to Luka. In other words, you're going to find out about how could you let a receiver of this caliber, this young in his career, who's overachieved to this point based on his draft status. This guy's already a Super Bowl champion, nearly got them to a second Super Bowl, is one of the toughest players in the entire NFL, is one of the best blocking wide receivers, and when you put the whole package together, he is literally a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL, and he was a 5th-round draft choice, and you're paying him chump change. Why would you let that kid walk out the door? It's not money. Rams got plenty of money, and they know how to use the salary cap as well as anybody. So why would the Rams ever let him go? And my point is that if they do let him go, you will start to hear about the off-the-field life that this kid is living that has the Rams organization very privately and quietly really, really worried.
So this is also him telling on himself throughout all this. They won't even have to go out there and talk about it. He's doing it on himself. He's going out and doing all these incidents, whether it's going on the podcast with Aiden Ross, talking about the officiating and having the officials coming after him, doing all the biting, if that's true or not. I don't know if it is. It's still alleged. So all these things that are happening, he's telling on himself. And what's really going to come down to is...
Don't forget the other thing. Remember when him and his brothers were accused of stealing a car from one of the Laker players?
No, it was a dude, Thiero, and it was his brother that was accused of it, not him.
No, I got it. But he was a part of, the whole thing.
Sure. However it went down. But either way, the Rams don't do noise. And that's always been their thing, is that no noise comes out of here. And Puka consistently is adding more and more noise. Now, if this does it, it's going to be very telling for the Rams. Is it going to be ability or character that they're going after? Because if it's one or the other, this happens all the time. All the things you said about Puka, about how good he is true. He is amazing. But you see his character right now. If his character is more important than his ability, that's where it's going to come into play.
In the NFL, it really just comes down to here's production over here, and here's your personal life over here, and what I'll call your pain in the ass factor, your PETA factor, right?
But don't you think, though, Cappy, that the way that he's acting publicly, like Greg said, telling on himself, that goes into his decision-making abilities. And if he's acting like an idiot outside of the field, don't you think that that's going to eventually affect him in the locker room?
Let me ask you guys a question right now, just seriously, because you got to answer this question because you're Sean McVay, and Sean McVay has to answer this question. Here's production on this side of the scale, and here's pain in the ass on this side of the scale. Right now, which one is outweighing the other? Is he this big of a pain in the ass that it outweighs his amazing production? Or is he so productive on the field that he's a pain in the ass, but he's so overwhelmingly productive that the production side still outweighs the pain in the ass side?
The production side outweighs the pain in the ass side right now.
As of right now.
If he continues doing things, and who knows what's going to happen with this incident, again, like Morale said, they're denying it. So it's all alleged right now.
Right.
Here's an important layer. Why was Kyrie Irving not one of the reasons, but what was one of the main factors at the time why he wasn't a Laker.
His Amazon video.
His anti-Semitic.
So in Los
commentary.
Angeles, you can't be anti-Semitic.
You cannot do it.
You just can't.
No, you can't do it. Listen,
it doesn't play here in LA.
But here's the thing. I look at this picture, right? And I look at the picture of the bite marks. And this is so easy. Like, you don't have to be a dentist or an oral surgeon or or a cop who knows how to, figure this sort of
Columbo.
stuff out. Yeah, you don't have to be Columbo, right? I see the teeth marks in the photograph of the alleged bite. And I think to myself, first of all, what body part is that? Like, I'm looking, trying to figure out.
It's like her shoulder.
It was her shoulder.
Okay, I can't figure out how you can bite somebody like that and put those kinds of molar teeth marks on the back. So here's the thing. I'm willing to actually give Puka Nacua a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because there's the accusation is that he said something. Okay. Somebody is going to have to be able to prove it. Does somebody have it on video? Does somebody have it on audio?
Right.
Are there 25 people that all said they heard him say something? So that's the first part of it. It's hearsay. The second part of it is these teeth marks, anybody can figure this out. It comes down to, are those his teeth or are those not his teeth? It should be very simple to figure out.
He didn't really deny that he bit her. They seem to they seem to be claiming that it was the nature in which it occurred. Like it was just an innocent, playful thing. It wasn't, it wasn't malicious, and it wasn't, I wasn't trying to injure anybody.
But the indentations of his molars, this is like you go to the dentist and they take an X-ray of your teeth. And you're like, okay, that's my back tooth right here, and here's the root, and here's the molar, and here's the cavity, and here's the filling. Like, this should be, anybody should be able to figure this out. It either is or is not. Those are or are not his teeth.
It's 7:38. We're not taking a break. We're just taking a time out. I want to get back to this. It's an odd transition, but we're going to make it anyway, because I want to play this Chris Kanty sound about Puka from, I believe, yesterday morning show. So this was before, on Unsportsmanlike, before this news came out yesterday afternoon, but I hold up his beautiful face. Jacob and Ronnie, let's talk about him, Cappy.
Let's do that, as a matter of fact. Jacob and Ronnie, this is the guy you call if you get into any kind of accident. But if you ride a motorcycle in L.A., you already know. You, on the bike, could be the safest rider on the road and still have somebody drift into your lane like you're not even there, like you are invisible. And remember, lane splitting, while it is annoying to many motorists, it is not necessarily a crime. So if you've been injured in a motorcycle crash that was absolutely not your fault, you call Jacob and Ronnie, because insurance companies love to blame the rider even when it's not the rider's fault. But Jacob's team knows how to push back, and they push hard. So you get that free consultation, a no-obligation case review, no fees unless we win. So make the call before you say anything, before you sign anything. You make that call to Jacob and Ronnie, and you know his phone number. Everybody does. It's 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. Any kind of accident or injury, you call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Thank you so much. 7:39 on a windy Wednesday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. So unsportsmanlike with Super Bowl champion Chris Kanty, Evan and Michelle, of course, who join our show as well. Yesterday, the news that they were talking about was JSN and from the Seahawks and that major 4-year deal with $120 million guaranteed, $169 million overall.
Yep.
Chris Kanty's reaction was about Puka, so let's play that audio.
Some of the controversies that have been around him, the anti-Semitic gesture on the live stream, some of the things when it comes to him being nicked up. It would concern me about paying him this offseason. I know the Rams are going to do it because they don't want to flirt with him being in free agency. To that, I would say that's the point of having the franchise tag. So, I mean, you still have the ability to control his rights beyond 2026. And I think this is one of those situations where you measure 10 times and cut once. And so I think they have to be very deliberate in terms of how they proceed with Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
So that was Chris Kanty yesterday. I want to react with that and bring George Sedano into the conversation. But let's take a quick timeout. Let George get that full espresso in him. And in 3 minutes, we'll react to what Chris Kanty has to say. We'll play it again. We'll reset the topic, the Puka stuff that TMZ reported yesterday afternoon. And we'll get Sedano's thoughts on what we talked about in the first segment. Is Cappy an old man for griping that opening night's on Netflix? No!
And don't forget, interleague play, no good.
No good. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show continues on a windy Wednesday. 3 minutes from right now, Sedano joins the Fun and Frivolity next on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey, Ty Pennington here, back teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away another brand new house. Imagine yourself in an amazing, fully furnished, multi-million-dollar home in beautiful Orange County. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. It's that easy. Visit Pechanga every Saturday to activate your entries for a chance to win a lucky key to the May 30th grand finale. I'll see you there.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hey, man, Brown Brothers.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time. Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Head to Waba Grill for $5 happy hour, weekdays after 3 p.m. and try our new chili crisp dumplings, paired with a premium or beverage drink, like our delicious Thai tea, both for only $5. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
March is Truck Month at George Chevrolet. And for a limited time, John Good is offering GM supplier pricing on all new Silverado 1500 models. That's below factory invoice. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Silverado 1500 trucks. Or lease one for just $399 a month. Visit John Good for a great deal. Off the 91 freeway at the Lakewood exit in Bellflower or at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Supplier pricing and savings on select models. Lease offers for qualified buyers with approved credit through GM Financial. Plus tax, title, license, and fees. Offers at 3/31/2026. For full details, call 866-949-4805.
This college basketball tournament moment is brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy.
In the 2008 NCAA tournament, sophomore Steph Curry led 10th-seeded Davidson on a thrilling Cinderella run to the Elite Eight. In the 4 games, Curry scored 40, 30, 33, and in the final game against eventual national champion and 1-seeded Kansas, he dropped 25 in a 59-57 defeat.
Looking back, I'm definitely proud of what we accomplished.
Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
7:44, good morning. It's a windy Wednesday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. On this day, Cappy, on 2025, the #1 hit, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Luther.
Wait, you mean Kendrick Lamar and SZA?
And Luther singing about Luther.
And they sing about Luther.
They won a Grammy for this song.
Yeah. And they were singing about Big Luther and Little Luther.
So both Luther.
Well, there were 2 versions of Luther, just like there's Young Mariah and Mama Mariah.
Okay.
I like Mama Mariah personally.
There was Big
Luther was later.
Big Luther.
Skinny Luther was earlier.
Okay, whereas we have Heavy Luca earlier, and now we have Skinny Luca now.
Exactly
so,
right.
Okay, opposite Luther, Luca. Got it.
It's also Waffle Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love waffles.
I haven't had a waffle in a long time.
I don't know if I've ever had a waffle. Maybe I've had a bite of a waffle over the years, but I'm not a waffle guy.
You know what I do like, though?
You ever had chicken and waffles?
Yeah, maybe. So, yeah.
But I like protein waffles. You ever get those?
Yeah.
How much protein can I get out of that?
I don't know, but you should look into it because the protein waffles are pretty damn good. You put a little bit of peanut butter or almond butter on those things. Very
I'm
nice.
guessing like 60 to 80 grams.
Oh, beautiful.
Very nice. Yeah,
Meanwhile,
waffles.
it's game day, which means it's time to BB go for it. Listen to Mason and Ireland today for your chance to play. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. And guess which team scores the first 3-point basket of the game? Get it right, and you'll win a $100 BBGO promo code. Plus, you're going to be entered for a chance to win a trip to basketball's biggest stage from our friends at BBGO. Bring something different to the table. BB, go for it. Like we've been talking about this Puka story, and we'll play the Chris Kanty sound again that we'll react to in just a moment. But George Sedano joins us now on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Good morning, George.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I could hear you loud and clear.
Crystal clear.
Oh, okay. Because Greg was wondering. I was talking back to Greg, but he kept saying, like, can you, hey, Sedano, hello? Sedano, hello?
Hello, does this thing work?
I
Is this thing on?
didn't hear you.
Hello, Sedano, hello.
This thing on?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
So, George, before we dive back in and get your thoughts on the Puka sound, on the Puka story, and play the Chris Kanty sound, let's just do an opening greeting. How are you? You had a heavy travel night.
When was he
at? I got to the room at 2:41 local time.
We all know because we got.
I sent you the picture. Yes.
I was literally waking up when you were going to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I happened to wake up, open my eyes, and the light was coming through the curtains at that point. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get up here in a second.
How much coffee and or espresso have you
No
had?
coffee, no nothing. I'm going to actually try to take a nap before the game tonight. It's a late game, so.
You going to get breakfast here in a moment?
No, I don't know.
Nothing
I'm not
fancy,
hungry.
huh?
So you're just going to do this raw. I like it.
I
Raw
like it raw.
Sedano.
Yeah, baby.
No Don Francisco, huh?
No, we're okay. I'm surviving.
All right.
Let me get to the Puka thing real quick. So let's start with the obvious of if this is true, right? Like if indeed he did this, right?
Which part? The bite or the
all
or
of
the
it.
comment?
All of it, right?
The whole incident.
Because the
whole
bite,
incident.
The bite's
Let's just
easy,
say,
right? Isn't the bite easy to figure out?
Yes, the bite is the easiest part
Right.
to figure out. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think there's any question. But then this is a he said, she said situation, is it not?
It is.
I would assume.
It is.
So that's a tough deal, right? Like that, a lot of people can allege a lot of things, and whether that actually happened or not. Now, I heard Chris Kanty say something, and maybe I just don't remember it at the moment. Was there something he did on some sort of something online that he was referring to?
If you remember the
During the
Gamers
season. Yeah.
podcast where he went on and talked about the refs, but he also did a dance that we later found out was an anti-Semitic dance.
Oh, I did not know that.
And he
I had
did
no
it-
idea about that.
He did it 2 days before the Seahawks game after he had scheduled to do this interview or this live stream with this streamer, and the coach and the team told him not to.
And don't you remember the streamer guys showed up
Yeah,
at the facility?
and they kicked him out of
and
the
they told him
facility.
not happening
and
here?
then Puka called him. He's like, "Oh, sorry, they don't want me doing this, but
Yeah.
let's do it
And
anyway."
they were streaming in the car while they were talking to Puka on the phone. There was a whole thing.
But then he did this dance, and Puka, and listen, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, okay? He does this dance, and the kid who the streamer is like, hey, can you do this weekend when you score a touchdown?
I think he called it a Jew dance, too.
I don't remember exactly that, but all I remember is that afterwards, everybody's like, oh, my God, this guy does this, and it's anti-Semitic, and he claims that this is, he's not hiding from it, whatever. So he tried to inspire Puka to do this dance after he scored a touchdown in the game that was coming up this week. And I remember watching the game going, you better not, dude. Don't put yourself in that situation. Don't insult people. So, yes, George, that was kind of part of the story, which is why I think the anti-Semitism stuff is out there.
Right. Okay. So let's just take that on its surface for now. That let's just say that exchange happened that way, right? Now, did he do the dance or not?
He did not do the dance. He scored a touchdown and did not do that.
He did the dance on the video.
Yes.
On the show. He didn't do it on the touchdown
Correct.
celebration.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm not familiar with this. So that's why I'm trying to piece this all together. All right.
Yeah.
So let's just say, for argument's sake, that there is evidence that he has done something that comes across anti-Semitic with this dance. Okay, that he did on this live stream. So there is a potential pattern of behavior. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if that's the case, it puts the Rams in a very challenging position, is clearly what I would say. Now, I saw earlier this week that Mike Garofalo of the NFL Network had reported that the Rams were tabling kind of the discussions to some extent with him anyway about a contract extension, because everyone just assumed that with JSN getting his contract in Seattle that Puka would get his shortly thereafter. And he said no. As a matter of fact, Les Snead has said that they have pending free agents to deal with. Obviously, the draft, they have to sign those guys. So there's a number of young players including Puka Nacua. I believe Bryant was the other one, and then there's one more. Anyway, long story short, he's in this group of 3 or 4 players that they have said we'll deal with that later in the summer. Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, so that's already there. There has been what I would say, with that live stream aside, just with this new information to me at least. Would we agree that there is a pattern of behavior that has been strange, odd? Him just randomly tweeting Sam Darnold, right, during the Super Bowl. Like, just some of his behavior
Him
over
talking
the last...
smack about the refs. That was
right,
another thing.
the thing about the officials. Right. It just feels like his behavior has been immature,
Yes,
let's call it, at the very least.
That's the word.
Yeah. Yeah, let's call it immature because, and here's the thing. When he got here, he's still young, okay? I'm not trying to absolve him of anything or make excuses for him, but he's 24, and 24-year-olds are not all made the same, from a maturity standpoint, okay? So he gets here. I mean, he's a 5th-round pick. He surprises everyone. He's always laughing, smiling. He seems like he's always having a good time. I mean, he was an easy player personality to fall in love with, correct?
Absolutely. Oh,
yeah.
my God. And
underdog story,
yeah.
all that stuff.
And don't
right?
forget, listen, real quick, don't forget that the Rams have taken advantage of him being young and being developed through a low-round draft choice. Remember what they did last year when they went to Hawaii as an entire team, as an entire organization? They went there because Puka, and it's not just because of this reason, but he was the celebrated guy. He was being welcomed home to the Polynesian culture. I mean, they utilized his fame in Hawaii to leverage that and make the Rams sort of the team of Hawaii. They did that last year. They took advantage of who he is.
Well,
and how
I wouldn't
famous he's become.
I wouldn't use that phraseology personally. I would not say they took advantage of him. I would I would imagine that he was willingly happy to do that as well.
Yeah, no, but don't think that take advantage is that they're scamming him.
Well, that's the implication when you say that.
No. The way I'm saying it is they're utilizing.
Okay, that's a better way.
They
to
are
phrase
taking
it,
advantage of his ethnicity, and they're going to Hawaii, and they're utilizing that. Yeah, it worked for everybody.
Yeah, again, I do think there are degrees to this. Taking advantage sounds nefarious to me. When I hear someone's taking advantage, I don't know. Let's go around the room here. Chris, you hear someone's taking advantage of someone?
Yeah, it's not great, Cappy.
No, but if you take advantage of somebody's ethnicity,
like you're taking advantage of the opportunity is what you meant. But you got to put that part of the opportunity that was presented. Taking advantage of straight up, that sounds nefarious.
It was never intended to sound
right.
like
you right, because you said taking advantage of him. And that's different, right?
Well, they're utilizing who he is and his fame. Okay, keep going though.
Great sports conversation that Cappy derailed.
Did I?
No. It's
well, Sedano's here now. I can take a shot at you.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true.
It's still a good conversation.
Keep going.
So he was easily likable.
Very
likable.
What I mean? Very likable guy.
But what I would say is some of the behavior recently has at least made you scratch your head a little bit. And I would imagine, and, look, I don't know anything about what Les Snead and Sean McVay and all those guys are thinking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would imagine at the very least it'll give you some pause, right? Like, I'm not saying that they're going to get rid of him. I'm not saying they're going to trade him. I'm not saying they're not going to re-sign him. I'm just saying it would give them some pause to, at the very least, have a conversation with him about some of his more recent behavior.
I think you're right. You use the word immature. Listen, if you're about to give a guy $125 million of guaranteed money, you as an organization, if he were a free agent, you would do your due diligence, don't you think? And you have a guy in-house who you've cultivated this talent, and he's turned out to be one of the best players in the entire NFL, and you have some concerns about his off-the-field life. Okay, there's been a lot of things that people kind of have whispered around Puka's off-the-field, immature life. By the way, you've set it up perfectly. You're young. You were not a high-round draft choice. You came into this money and this fame unexpectedly, and you're in Los Angeles, of all places. So you're taking advantage of being young, good-looking, rich, famous, et cetera, et cetera. And if you're the Rams, before you go invest $125 million of guaranteed money into a guy, you better know that you can count on this guy, or is he going to get into trouble off the field and not be able to produce?
I think we continue to unpack this in a few moments. Top of the hour integrity. But Sedano, let's talk about Cadillac of Beverly Hills.
Absolutely. Let's talk about our friends at Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the most beautiful dealership in America, okay? And listen, when was the last time you've driven a Cadillac, okay? I've been very lucky to drive a number of different Cadillacs thanks to our friends at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. My favorite, the Lyric, okay? And you can get in the Lyric for as little as $400 a month, okay, if you want to lease one. And that new lineup of Cadillac EVs, sedans, and SUVs define luxury at the top of its game. You can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Because, listen, when you drive a Cadillac, man, you know you've made it, okay? And you would want to drive, of course, an American luxury vehicle. Why wouldn't you? Okay, these things drive like you're on a cloud, man. So go in and say hello to the incredible team at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out that beautiful showroom. Say hi to Dan and the crew over there at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. Or you can check them out on the web and check out all those beautiful Cadillacs as well before you even walk into the dealership at their website, CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Thank you, Sedano. We approach 8 o'clock, 7:57 at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. When we return on a Windy Wednesday, by the way, Brian Windhorst, Windy Wednesday, that'll be at 8:30 this morning. We'll talk Lakers and get ready for Lakers-Pacers tonight. We will continue the Puka conversation in 3.5 minutes from right now on your home of Rams football, ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Come on. No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid.
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey, Laker fans, 2026 is the year of you when you suit up with National University to pursue a career-focused bachelor's or master's degree. Take your best shot with NU's Year of You scholarship and score up to $6,000 annually toward an industry-current bachelor's or master's degree. 4 or 8 week courses, flexible online options, plus free tutoring, career counseling, and more. Apply by March 31st at nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1482. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, it's Mace here for Cosm. And March Madness isn't meant to be watched. It's meant to be experienced. At Cosm, you're not just watching, you're in the game, wall to wall, LED, every dunk, every buzzer beater. You can lock into the tournament mode inside the dome. You will feel like you are courtside. Set it up with VIP all-inclusive food and drinks, and yeah, they'll deliver it straight to your seat. Or rally the crew in the hall with every game on all at once. March Madness lives at Cosm. Be there.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Yeah, this is my philosophy. This is mine.
Yeah,
So
I don't like your filosofia.
no like.
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
No me gusto.
No me gusta la filosofía.
No me
tuya.
gusta la filosofía.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
8:02, good morning. It's a windy Wednesday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Happy birthday, we lost her in 2018. The Queen, Aretha Franklin, Cappy. I love this one. In the 80s hit, Freeway of Love.
Freeway of love. Yeah.
And we know you're on that freeway of love. It may not be very lovable this morning. You're stuck in traffic. You're in rush hour. You got Sedano and Kap. And you're in a pink Cadillac, maybe. And Sedano and Kap and the whole crew, we're going to guide you through it gently. And even if it's not gentle, it's still going to be fun. Because we like to have fun and smile while we do our bits. But not a lot of bits because of this Puka story. I mean, we'll still work in a smile here and there. But TMZ yesterday was reporting that Puka Nacua is being accused of some stuff that's just not great. And it broke yesterday afternoon. I was on the air with DeMarco and Travis. And DeMarco, he looked frustrated. And I would have to imagine that's how Rams leadership feels when they see that story drop or are given the heads up that that story's coming, frustrated. Now, back in December, we talked about it last segment. Puka was on a gamer, Aiden Ross's videocast podcast, streamer, right? And he did a dance that was later deemed anti-Semitic. And he was walked through, hey, this is a fun dance you should do. And Puka agreed to it, later finding out it was highly anti-Semitic. And then, of course, he didn't perform it for the touchdown celebration.
So just a little clarification there. Aiden Ross, who is Jewish, said, hey, I want you to do my iconic Jewish dance.
There you go.
But it was a setup, right?
It was a setup.
The setup is, hey, you go out there and do this in an NFL football game, and Aiden Ross is setting up Puka Nacua, who's, to use George's word, and I agree with it, it's immature. He doesn't even know what he's doing, and then he's going to get himself into another.
Well, they
whole
were
kind of
taking
storm.
advantage of him.
Right. That's right.
So Lindsay,
those internet guys were taking advantage of Nacua.
So Lindsay mentioned
and his naivete.
Correct.
So Lindsay mentioned earlier that out of that, Puka apologized on December 18th, 2025. Then Sean McVay apologized. And let's play that audio.
Yeah, he was very apologetic. I don't think he understood the totality of some of the things. I think he issued that apology. I know this guy's heart, and for anybody that was offended, terribly sorry about that. I know he feels that same exact way. He's a young guy that's a great kid that's continuing to learn about, just the platform that he has. I love him. We're going to continue to put our arm around him and help him learn and grow. But we never want to do things that ever offend anybody, and I know he feels that same way.
You should pause on that for one quick second, and here's why. Sean McVay, we all know that the players love him. They have those player report cards, George, and McVay gets an A+. The players love him. Why? Because a coach like McVay comes out in a media market like L.A. and has his players back and apologizes on his behalf and says, hey, look, young guy, makes some mistakes. We all get it, but we got his back. We love him, et cetera. So this is why players love him. However, yesterday, Sean McVay is sitting around somewhere, and all of a sudden this story breaks, and now his phone is blowing up, and all of a sudden there is a storm all over Sean McVay, and he's like, again, I got to deal with this guy?
So if DeMarco's phone is blowing up, can you imagine Les Snead and Sean McVay's phones?
Telling you, man. Yesterday, he's sitting around somewhere, and all of a sudden his phone starts going crazy. He's like, not again. Now I got to go deal with more Puka accusations. True or false, it doesn't matter. The accusations are out there, and they're bad.
Okay, so let's just reset here real quick. TMZ reported yesterday that a woman made claims that Nacua
at a New Year's Eve, kind of dinner party, if you will.
Right. A woman made her claims in a rejected application for a temporary restraining order over an alleged incident on December 31st during a group outing in LA's Century City neighborhood. She reportedly claimed during the dinner that Nacua said, "Bleep all the Jews." That was the quote she said, he said. which was allegedly the first act in what became an escalating course of rude or vulgar or threatening and violent and harassing conduct.
Mm-hmm.
Nacua's attorney, Levi McCathan, reportedly said that the claim is false and that he's spoken to witnesses who didn't hear Nacua make the anti-Semitic statement.
Oh, by the way, important word to throw in there, George. The attorney said that they spoke to all of the sober witnesses. Because then what that does is that now accuses the accuser
of not being sober.
Hey, she and all of her girlfriends who were talking about the bite and they're talking about the anti-Semitic comments, these girls don't know what the hell they're talking about because they were a bunch of drunk chicks that night because it was New Year's Eve and they were partying. But I spoke to the sober people, and the sober people are like, I don't remember hearing that. So making the distinction that I spoke to the sober people and they don't remember it, that insinuates that the people who are making the accusations were too drunk to really know what they were talking about.
Says here, as we continue, after eating, the woman claimed she and her friend got into a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van with Nacua and others, at which point Nacua allegedly got, quote, touchy-feely per TMZ. She alleges Nacua then, quote, dropped his head into her, one of her girlfriend's, laps and crotch area and bit her thumb so forcefully that she screamed in acute pain. Subsequently, she says that he bit her on the left shoulder, breaking skin and leaving a substantial bite mark. TMZ has pictures of the bite, and the woman says that she went to the police and filed an incident report the day after the incident. So,
well, the teeth marks are, again, listen, all you got to do is this. Let us get his dental records.
Right.
Then let's take the bite itself. Let's compare the dental records to the bite. Are those his teeth? That would seem to be very easy to figure out. Doesn't take like some SVU guy to show up, you know.
The attorney, Levi McCathan, reportedly didn't deny the bite mark was from his client, but instead painted it as a result of some, quote, horseplay.
It's a pretty significant circular bite and indentation. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, you know every one of his molars. You can see the roots of his teeth in the back. You can see the front. I mean, if they're his, but I don't. Man, anybody ever been bit quite like that? It looks painful. Looks like it hurts bad. Now, she ain't bleeding. You know, the skin's not like broke, but still the indentation.
Yeah.
Looks
so,
bad.
Anyway, that is those are the details of the story. And, so at the very least, as I mentioned earlier, and I would imagine you would agree, you're going to have a conversation with him and be like, hey, man, what's going on here? Like, what's up? Like, we've had a number of issues here recently, and we need to discuss this because, to your point, if they're going to make a sizable investment in him, they need to feel like they can trust him.
Right, big time. Look, there's been a number of little things along the way. And again, I'm going to cut this kid this break in this way. He's a 5th-round draft choice out of BYU. Nobody expects Puka Nacua to become a star. Most people probably didn't even expect him to make the team when you're a 5th-round draft choice. But he made the team. He was a standout player. By the way, George, you'll remember his first training camp. You and I were sitting there on the field going, who the hell is number 17? He's dominating. And then we would look him up on the roster and go, wait, Puka what? 5th round out of BYU. I never heard of this kid. I never saw him play one college game. He's out here killing guys. And he has turned into a star. But along the way, hey, Puka, we get it. You're young. You're immature. You have newfound fame in Los Angeles. You've got money. You've got a Super Bowl championship. You've got a life. We get it. But these little teeny tiny things along the way, these little accusations, they're starting to pile up. And it's like anybody in any job. You know, you start to build a file on somebody, you know, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's time to let this person go because we've got an entire file of reasons as to why to let this person go. George, I said it earlier before you got here. In the NFL, there's a scale. On one side is your production, and on the other side is your PETA factor, your pain in the ass factor. When your production outweighs your pain in the ass, you're good. But when your pain in the ass outweighs your production, you're done. That's the NFL.
Yeah, I would say that's life.
I would agree
Certainly
with that.
The NFL.
Yes, I would agree with that. And by the right now, you tell me, the scales are tilting in which direction? Is production heavier than pain in the ass, or is pain in the ass heavier than production? You tell me right now.
Well, I don't know because that's up to the Rams to determine that. But what I would say is certainly it used to be there was completely lopsided. It was, as we discussed, he was beloved. He was very likable. His production was out of this world. He certainly outplayed his contract, tens of dozens and 20, 30, 40, 100 times over, whatever you want to call it.
Correct.
So yeah, but now that scale is starting to get a little closer the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So it is why you have to have a real discussion with him, his agent, his representation, and have these conversations about what's going on here and about his behavior and how he has to understand, as someone who plays on a team in Los Angeles, on a high-profile team, regardless of where they are, but especially here, that his behavior, privately and publicly, is going to be scrutinized.
Now, George, I asked this with Cappy. We were all talking about it before you joined us earlier in the show. At this level, with this much money on the line that's ahead of you, especially if you can win a Super Bowl with the Rams and in L.A., and you've been around
Another one.
so many athletes, we all have, but you especially, George, covering the Heat in the early glory days and then the NBA. How do you not have people around you in your circle to protect you that say, enough? We got to make sure you don't leave the house. We got to make sure we bring the booze, the women, the music, the club to you. We're not letting you put yourself and ourselves too, because we're part of the money train that hopefully we're all going to cash in. How do you not have people that are looking out for you at this point?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, that everybody's life situation is different, right? And I think that there is a naivete about, I guess, just, a level of naivete and immaturity to just him and his inner circle's behavior, right? And just the way they handle things. So clearly that is something that needs to be addressed in some way, shape, or form. And, the accusations of anti-Semitism in this particular case are going to be hard to prove without a recording or something like that, or something on video.
Yeah, if somebody got the video, let us see it.
I think that's going to be very difficult to prove. And the burden of proof, unfortunately, in this case, is on the accuser,
Mm-hmm.
right? This person who was bit or whatnot,
and who filed for a temporary restraining order.
Correct. But that's the reality of the situation. And again, the attorney has a job to do as well to protect his client. And, if he has witnesses that claim otherwise, then, I don't see a judge, in any circumstance, in a he said, she said, with witnesses saying the opposite of what, in this case, she said, siding with the accuser.
No, and then
I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
No,
I don't know.
I don't think you're wrong. And then I think it really just comes down to the court of public opinion. And here's what will happen in the court of public opinion. It'll be people who love the Rams or who love Puka as a player. He's brought joy to their life. He's scored many touchdowns or come up with big blocks or big plays or, nearly got them back to the Super Bowl. And people will always side with the person who brings them that pleasure, and that's the player. So if you can't prove that he said these things and it is a he said, she said, people are always overwhelmingly going to side with the player.
Right. And Chris, to your question, I also think that because he's so young, 24, 25 years old, about to be 25, that a lot of times people that age, they don't listen to the people around them, even if they have someone telling them, hey,
That's
you
fair.
shouldn't be doing
If
this.
they have it.
And even if they do have somebody like that, they kind of push those people out because they think, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm the superstar. I'm the big guy. That they will push those people out or just not listen.
But you know what we're doing?
He didn't listen to his coach when his coach told him, you're not allowed to do, or I don't want you doing this stream with this guy. Like, let's do it after the season or whatever. And he did it anyway.
Yeah.
We know everything at 24. Everybody that is when we were 24, we thought we knew it all.
But, he grew up in Vegas, and he grew up around fame and fortune. It's not like he grew up in this dirt-poor environment, and I don't know what his family's financial situation was, but remember the story that he grew up, he told us in training camp, as a matter of fact, last summer. He grew up, and he was in Dana White from UFC. He was in his house. He literally grew up in that house because he played football with Dana White's son or sons at, what's the name of the fancy football high school? Bishop Gorman. in Las Vegas. And so he grew up around fame and fortune. He didn't grow up in this little tiny town and dirt poor and battled his way to get out. He grew up in Vegas. He went to a fancy high school. He was around Dana White. You just would hope that there would be somebody in his life that could kind of help him out, because the one thing we're talking about, George, is we're talking about this bite, and because people see the bite, and we're talking about the accusation that he said something that whether or not that's going to be proven, we'll still find out. We'll come to find out. When it comes to the anti-Semitism thing, let the Hebrew brother have 30 seconds to just say this. I think a lot of young people are influenced by what they see on TikTok. I mean, seriously, their feed gets into their head, and whatever is in their feed, they start to believe these sorts of things. And then you don't even know, like, you're 24, dude. You're an NFL football player. You're a star. What's your problem with one particular group of people? Why do you have this opinion? What has anybody ever done to you? And so I really wonder how people are influenced, especially today, because I see it with my own kids, how TikTok in particular and their feed can influence their opinions about things. And that's a much bigger issue. But I'll tell you this, if you're anti-Semitic, Puka, if that's the case, at least I know where you stand. I'd rather know where you stand than you kind of lying to us and go, no, I don't feel that way. Just be honest about it. You got a problem with a group of people? I'd rather know up front. That's my commentary on that.
8:17, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. Brian Windhorst will join us at 8:30. We'll get into Lakers-Pacers tonight and the playoff picture. By the way, tonight is opening night in Major League Baseball, and tomorrow it begins for the boys in blue as they start the road back to the Fall Classic, and 3 in a row. Plus, the Halos open their season against the hated ones in Houston. Remember, you're home for real Dodgers talk from the first pitch of 2026 all the way to the World Series, LA's mega sports station, 7:10 a.m., the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube. We are ESPN LA. Cappy, now, Sedano, if we want to cleanse the palate here. Sedano, Cappy at the beginning of the show was one of these acting like he was a 70-year-old sports radio host. Why? Why is opening night on Netflix? How are people not allowed to watch it over the air?
Now
why not?
Well, wait a second. Hold on. Just to be fair, Chris actually started the show with a particular radio host in Las Vegas was whining on Twitter.
He's a Yankees fan.
That the Yankees were on Netflix rather than on over-the-air television. So just
it's
to be clear,
disgrace.
Now
is the word that was used.
Now I used an old man take, which was I don't like interleague play for opening day. I would rather see, like, for example, by the way, I'm consistent across all sports. When the Rams play the Houston Texans in Week 1, I'm like, AFC, NFC, two teams that have nothing to do with each other. Had they played in the Super Bowl and it was a rematch, that'd be different. So I'm very consistent. For example, the Lakers opened the season this year against Golden State. That's exciting, right? That's a rivalry game. That's superstars on the floor. So for me, I don't like interleague play on opening day. And so that was
specifically
one of my big
the
gripes.
example he used.
Yeah, I used the Tigers and the Padres.
I thought you said Pirates.
No, Padres.
Oh.
So you're saying, okay, you don't like it on Netflix, and in addition,
Netflix,
you
Netflix
also
doesn't
don't
bother me. Netflix doesn't bother me at all because I watched Peaky Blinders, the #1 movie in the country this past weekend. So I'm very Netflix capable, George. I even know my password.
Your issue is not with Netflix? Your
No.
issue is with the interleague play?
Yeah, I don't like interleague play on opening day.
You also did do a whole thing about why are opening days on these, because his thing that I came at him is, well, for the NFL, you said you have no problem with all the streaming platforms. You could figure it out.
It took me years.
And then when the NBA came around, you did this same bit.
Right, yeah.
And
Like
we were like,
everybody.
well, what's the difference between the NFL and the NBA? You're
Right.
like, oh, well, this is the NFL. We'll figure it out. But the NBA, I can't keep up with Peacock and Amazon and all.
And I don't know my password. Don't forget about that.
But you don't need to know your password anymore. You know why?
Why?
You log in, you take a screenshot of the little barcode, then it pops up on your phone and
yes.
you approve it
And
and
that's
you're
very
in.
helpful.
I
Very
do that
good.
at East Central every time I check in with Netflix.
Yeah.
By the way, I went to the East Central last night.
No, let's not do the read yet.
Okay, well, tell me when we can do it because
I'll let you know.
I had a hard time last night with an app.
Don't try to get
I had a
off of
hard
us
time.
attacking
Well,
you.
wait a second. Now, Bergie, your problem was you had a problem with
I do.
You had a sort of old man take
I
as
do.
well
It's
here.
very much an old man take. I wish
You have an
that-
issue with Netflix?
No. I don't care what
None of us
platforms
have an issue with Netflix other than JT.
I like Netflix.
Who Chris brought up.
Yeah.
I didn't bring up his name.
Oh, you did.
And by the way,
did.
Netflix
You actually
has a
said it
very
softly.
clear strategy with sports, is they want
big events.
So this actually started with us questioning why Jameis Winston is part of opening night coverage.
Well, that is a little bit of a reach, I would say, but maybe he's going to be interesting.
Give a dog a bone.
Didn't you guys say that he has a documentary coming on
They're
Netflix?
potentially working on a Netflix documentary.
Yeah, and he also played baseball in college, and he was a minor league player, if I recall correctly.
He was drafted. Yeah, he was drafted by the Rangers.
Yeah.
So my issue was I wanted.
He was a good college baseball player, by the way.
Yeah, I wanted all games to go back to being opening day, be opening day. 1 o'clock games, every single game, they're all playing at one time. I love that. No, I love that.
What does that have to do? Why can't that? Why does it have to be that? Why can't there be a special game to start it all?
No,
by the way, there used to be a Sunday night game that was the first one on ESPN for I felt like for the last couple of years.
I believe it was like Monday. There was March Madness would end, and then there was one shining moment.
Right, there was a
Tuesday,
Sunday night game on ESPN,
Cincinnati or
yeah,
in St.
and then
Louis.
ESPN would blow out Monday night, Monday afternoon, all day, whatever. Right,
Yeah.
but now it's not. ESPN is not involved as much, so
No,
it's a little different.
I just want all the games opening day to hit at 1 o'clock. That's my old man take, and I stick to that one.
My old
I'm
man
happy
take-
with
1
it.
o'clock Eastern?
Huh?
1 o'clock Eastern?
So it's 1 o'clock. It will be spread out. So if they're East Coast games, they'll be
No,
at their
of
1 o'clock.
course,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But you want it to start at 1 o'clock Eastern.
Right, 1 o'clock Eastern.
But you want the Dodgers
and
at
with the
1
Dodgers
o'clock
at 1 o'clock
Pacific.
also. So Eastern and West and Pacific.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You
Yeah.
want 10 a.m. and 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Yeah.
Like the NFL. That sounds good.
So, Bergie, I asked this to Cappy earlier. When you look at the man in the mirror and you look at that full lane, you got gray ones down there? Because that's another old man take.
I'm fine with it. And yeah, there's gray everywhere at this point.
Wait, so just to be clear, my old man take is that I don't like interleague play for
Right.
opening day.
Right.
Your old man take
I
is
want
that you
games all
want
at the same-
every game starts at the same time,
Yeah.
1
Right.
o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific, and every game is played on the opening day, not an early opening day.
Right.
So those are two old man takes.
Wait, so let me tackle one of them at a time.
Okay. Tell us why we're wrong, George.
No, I'm just. It's really not why you're wrong. I'm just curious because. So let's start with you, Berg.
I'm here.
Shine the light on
if
you.
you're
Here.
Major League Baseball, why would you continue to have all your games at the same time when you can highlight teams individually more and give the difference? The issue Major League Baseball has had, I think, and I think we could all agree over the last decade or so, is that it's become more regional. If you're playing at the same time, you're just playing into the regionality of it, as opposed to, hey, we're going to have these standalone games that are going to highlight the Yankees or the Giants or whatever, and that makes more sense from a business perspective.
So I just want to be incredibly clear about this. This is a very selfish thing for my.
Oh no, I get it.
Like this has nothing to do with
No,
better for
no,
MLB.
Clearly, that it is a selfish.
Right, not
thing.
trying to
This
fix
is
MLB.
just
This is about
for me.
This is about my preference.
Yeah.
Right, but
I
if
think
you're
it's-
Major League Baseball,
Major League Baseball is right for doing it in that way. I personally want it to be all at the same time.
I think it's great. I get to, I will be busy tonight at that time. I will not be able to watch the Yankees and Giants. But I think it's smart to do that. And then I think it's smart to have the Dodgers and Diamondbacks on NBC. And there's another game. There's an earlier game on NBC, right? Isn't there one at 1 o'clock Eastern somewhere?
Yeah.
How about having Bert Kreischer, the comedian, and then the Usos, the
I don't
WWE
need
tag
that.
team, like on the opening night broadcast? It's-
Those are all Netflix relationships that they're
Right.
promoting.
No, it makes sense.
I get that.
For them.
But
I
I'm
didn't
just
know the
asking.
Usos were.
I don't need
People,
it.
I
Personally.
feel like baseball people are going to lose their minds.
Are they the most famous wrestlers right now that they
Kind
chose
of.
them? Are they?
Jey Uso is pretty. He does that whole. yeet
What you
thing.
know about Jey Uso?
Oh,
Nothing.
the Usos.
Like literally
Yeah.
nothing.
How do I spell Uso?
USO?
Oh, really? There's not two O's? There's not two S's?
I would have thought it was OOSO.
Oh, yeah. I would not have known. Let's see. USO? Is that what you said? So I looked that up just now. United Service Organizations.
Probably not that.
Okay, so USO,
So wait,
huh?
let me tackle Cappies now real quick.
Get him, George.
Now, interleague play, I'm not against you on this one, Cappy. Like, do I think would I like to start with maybe some divisional stuff
That's what
out
I
of
want.
the gate?
Yeah, like the Dodgers have the Diamondbacks. That's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer it that way, but I'm guessing that when you look at the master schedule and whoever the master schedule maker is, I'm guessing that there's a method behind the madness. I wouldn't know what that is off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm kind of more in your camp of the two.
Yeah, like think about it like this.
Takes.
Like think about this. The Rays are playing the Cardinals. right? So, like, which fan base is fired up for the start of the season based on that matchup?
Well, I think if you're baseball, here would be the other side of that. It's opening day. You're going to be excited anyway.
Well, that is true that most fan bases they treat opening day like a holiday, and understandably so. But, again, I just look at some of these interleague matchups, the Angels and the Astros. Like, do you think the Astros fans are like, oh, yeah, the Angels are coming to town, baby. Can't wait.
Yeah, but that's a divisional matchup. So doesn't that use or no, it's not divisional, but
yeah,
it's still ALAL.
Yeah.
So
but
what's your problem?
Well, but my problem is that I don't love these kinds. Like, I wish that they would find a way. And, again, I use football as an example. When the Texans show up to take on the Rams in the opening week, or the Rams play the second week at the Titans, those first two games are not what I would call sexy matchups. However, when you play week 3 against Philadelphia, that's the sort of matchup that I'm looking for to kick things off. So, George, I use the example, the Tigers and the Padres, right? These are two teams, interleague play.
That's
not
actually
from
a
the
good
same
matchup,
division.
though. I actually am interested in watching Tigers-Padres because I think both teams can be good.
Take that, Cap.
Well, but here's the thing.
Don't you get tired of watching the teams within your division? Like, as an Indians fan, Guardians fan, I would rather see Guardians Dodgers for opening day than anyone with the Dodgers. Take the Dodgers out of it. I would rather see like Dodgers or Indians Padres than watch them play the Tigers, who they play 1,000,000 times during the season. I feel like I could go see them anytime.
Well, they do play each other 18 times.
Yeah.
So
My gripe
It's
about
down to 14,
Padres,
but yeah.
my gripe about Padres Tigers though can be very easily beaten up on by saying, "But wait a second, you're going to get to see opening day and one of the best pitchers in all of Major League Baseball, this screwball guy from Detroit, Tariq Skubal. You're going to see that guy. You're going to see him on opening day in Petco Park. What are you complaining about?"
Yeah, what are you complaining
My complaint is,
what's your
that
problem?
I would rather see Padres Dodgers or
Sounds like a
Padres
Justin
Diamondbacks
Kaplan take.
or why?
Doesn't it sound like something Justin would say?
Really? Does it? I don't know.
I feel like he's like the
I have no
hardcore
idea.
Padres fan.
I'm not
Oh, no,
familiar
he's
with
giving-
Justin's
yeah,
takes.
he's-
No disrespect.
By the way, just so you know,
Is he siding
Is he
with you?
off the Padres bandwagon?
Because
He's off the
I'm
baseball
leaning
bandwagon.
towards you. I get your point. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Of the two arguments, I think you have the better argument.
Thank you.
What's the pizza place in San Diego when you get off the Old Town train station?
Uh-huh.
There's a pizza place right there. You walk off of the thing.
Okay.
Stephanie and I have been there when we go down for SeaWorld.
Uh-huh.
And it says like the world's best pizza. It's pretty good pizza.
I don't know
So
it.
you take the Amtrak down.
Yeah.
You get off at the Old Town station, have
Okay.
some pizza, get back on the train, go down to Petco, one more stop. Boom.
Wow.
That's a good day.
You're eating pizza in Old Town rather than Mexican food in Old Town. Interesting. I
We've
didn't
done
know that.
both.
I didn't know that.
All right.
All right.
By the way, one last thing before we talk about our friends at East Central. Cappy, just because Sedano joined late, I'm not going to let you escape this from
Okay.
yesterday's show.
Me, I don't have anything to do with it.
Oh, why are you stepping on my
I don't have
drops?
I have nothing to do with
This
it.
one
is
you
a
did.
Ramona
No,
problem.
this one you did.
No, I didn't.
This one specifically you did. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know. You've never met anybody who's more obsessed with being right in their life, and by the way, has never been
What
wrong.
are you doing? That was yesterday on
Yeah,
the show.
George likes to be right. He's not going to deny that.
No, I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, he likes to be right.
This is
But
what
two
happens.
things can be true.
This is what happens when Sedano's not around.
What happens?
Cappy just thinks he can get loose.
Oh, I know.
Hey, Momo.
I heard you, the other day.
let's rip Cap. Let's rip Sedano.
He did it the other day when I was when I had to run to my production meeting, which
What'd
I'll
I
have
do?
to do again at 9:30 today.
What'd I
But
do?
when Windhorst was there, I
yeah.
got off. I hadn't even taken off the headset yet, and he was ripping me.
What did I do?
I don't remember, but it was like hilarious. Like you were like saying, "Well, Sedano said X, Y, and Z."
Well, I like to go back to the things that you say. You know, I mean, to
Right,
me,
but it's your tone.
Oh, the tone.
Actually, let's
I mean,
do one
no,
more.
you were clearly ripping me. Like
I'm not
I
ripping
started
you.
laughing.
No rip.
Wendy
yes,
just
it was
walked
a
in.
total rip job.
Wendy
but it
just
was
walked
hilarious.
in. But I
think
do
it
want
was
to play
funny.
this rip you did yesterday.
I didn't do it. Ramona did it.
This one is a little bit Ramona, but you still did it.
Listen to how I defend you, George. Listen to this.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do.
God.
What do you mean, oh God? What do you mean?
I did laugh because Momo did the oh God.
Listen,
Well,
I'm
listen.
hyping you up as a guy who can go to the whiteboard
listen,
and draw
Momo
plays.
can say whatever she wants, but I drew up Horn's chin exactly the way the coaches would want it to be drawn
and that's
up.
what I tried to explain to her. I said, that's my coach. That's my coach.
She
Coach
said she could do
Sedano.
it too.
No, she said she couldn't do it.
8:30 on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. It is a Windy Wednesday. Windy's going to join us in 2.5 minutes, but
You gonna
first,
draw
Cappy,
some plays up?
maybe he'll draw some plays up. My Columbo
I
brother.
don't have a whiteboard here.
Oh, there's a whiteboard here. It says Wacky Windy Wednesday on the whiteboard today. Cappy, let's talk about our downtown LA home away from home, the East Central Hotel.
Boy, they try and make everything so convenient and easy for you at the East Central. Now, Chris, when you go into the East Central and you go into the lobby, they've got like a what used to be called in an old hotel like a sundry shop. You know what I mean? And so they've got sodas and waters and
it's all
candy.
automated now.
Right. And the automation makes things so much easier for
It is.
people, right?
And then you don't have to be embarrassed when you're buying a snack.
Yeah.
At 11 p.m., you're like, man, I'm just craving a bag of Skittles. It used to be the sundries guy who kind of look at you like, oh,
yeah,
look at this slob.
Fat ass at this time of the night.
But guess what? Now it's automated.
Right. Nobody's in there.
Yeah.
So last night, it was the first time I'm ever using it, right? So I go in, I grab a bottle of Smart Water. And they're telling you, hey, we got cameras everywhere, pal. If you're going to take this water, you better pay for it. Now it takes me like 10 minutes to finally go through the whole process.
It takes like 30 seconds.
And I know. And like for the average person, this can be done in 30 seconds. For big dummy like me, old guy like me, this is going to take a while. And I'm standing there in this little shop going, they're watching me. And I'm trying to do this and I can't figure out. I got to put my credit card in. But in the end, it's so much easier to have a little convenience store in the lobby because you need water, you need soda, you need your Skittles in the middle of the night. They got all that for you right there in the lobby, and you don't have to deal with anybody because it's all automated. It's all on an app. They make everything so much easier for you at the East Central. Now, when I checked in yesterday, I said, hey, I have a favorite room. And you know what Jennifer said to me? She said, room 315, right? And I said, how did you know? She goes, because everybody here listens to 710.
I love
it. And we heard that you love room 315.
So did they put you in room 315?
Unfortunately, unavailable. But the room that I have is virtually the exact same room, just a few floors up. So thank you to Robert Montez, his entire team. Listen, if you're coming down to downtown LA and you want to stay in a hotel because you don't want to drink, drive, you're coming down for restaurants, games, museums, etc., you got to stay at the East Central Hotel. That's where we stay. That's where you should stay. Biggest hotel rooms, softest towels, best location. The East Central Hotel in downtown LA is entertainment's official address.
That's right, Cappy. I'll be there Friday night after the Lakers game, and I'll be using that middle towel.
Oh, I know
that.
you will.
8:32. It's a windy Wednesday. Brian Windhorst, my Colombo brother. We'll talk Lakers in 2.5 minutes from right now on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Looking for paint that actually lasts? Vista Paint delivers expert quality, rich color, and pro-trusted durability, backed by over 60 years of experience. From your home to your next big project, we've got you covered. Vista Paint, since 1956.
Hey, Ty Pennington here, back teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away another brand new house. Imagine yourself in an amazing, fully furnished, multi-million-dollar home in beautiful Orange County. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. It's that easy. Visit Pechanga every Saturday to activate your entries for a chance to win a lucky key to the May 30th grand finale. I'll see you there.
John Ireland here, and when it comes to vodka, I like a winner, and Blue Ice Vodka delivers. America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
The Dodgers. Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Bang! Sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
Crazy.
No, it's not crazy.
Why?
It's legit. But why is it not legit?
Why is it not crazy?
Because,
I asked you first.
Okay, I'll give you my answer, but then I'm coming back to you.
Okay.
You ready?
Back to Sedano and Kap.
They want from me is you and you for me. So
8:35, good morning. The Sedano Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. Cappy on this day in 1967. You know, Sedano loves the oldies. The number one hit, the Turtles. Not the Mutant Ninja Turtles, but just the regular Turtles. Happy Together. And you know who loves this song? Your guy, the Italian Stallion.
I love the Stallion.
The Stallion, baby. Meanwhile, Wendy joins us in studio. Now, the breaking news that happened earlier, we didn't get to it because we were in the Puka story. Shams reported that the NBA's Board of Governors approves the vote for the league to explore expansion in Seattle and Las Vegas.
Exploration. ...
Now the great Brian Windhorst, my Colombo brother, who, by the way, he's an angel of a man. What a saint. He just endured 2 minutes of Lindsay singing to him.
Oh, I know. It was pretty impressive. He actually sat here like, you know what? She brings me a Starbucks treat every single week. I might as well just listen to her sing Cavalier songs.
And we'll play the Go Cat.
There's no.
I'll get that one. Yeah.
Get started in basketball. Run by out together.
Sure, go ahead. Why?
Baseball take is I don't play. They history. I mean, there is like some history. I like the Dodgers to kick things. The Texans, Warriors. Is I don't like
half old man. Do it like in the leagues are is in balance. You balance out the league.
At 16 and 14, and now it's 15 and 15. Mr. Blue Review, do you know this?
I believe it's 15 and 15.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
There was one series where you couldn't do it. Anyway, I liked when they had like, okay, the second and the third week of June are interleague play, and the third week of August is interleague play, and so it became like a special thing on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously back then you still had the pitchers hitting, so there was a true like, oh, now the pitchers are hitting. Now it's a whole different thing, and it became special. Now that it's homogenized, it's not special at all. So I kind of like. By the way, can I just say, as an old man baseball guy, how do you feel about the pitch where you can immediately appeal the pitch to the instant replay?
Oh, I like
Where
it.
the catcher taps his helmet
like
or
it.
whatever?
Yeah,
Love
because I'm not an old man baseball purist romanticist.
Okay.
I'm just an old man as in I don't like interleague play for opening day. Now, Bergie, hit Windy with your old man take.
So I liked when every game was on Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific and 1 o'clock Eastern time. So you got 10 o'clock Pacific and then 1 o'clock Pacific also. All games at the exact same time, basically going on. That's what I like.
That happened on Thursdays or all
Yeah,
days?
it was Thursdays.
I don't remember that.
So opening day would be
on opening day.
Yeah, only on opening day.
Yeah,
So
I would go for that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the last part of old man takes was baseball opening day on Netflix with Jameis Winston as a studio host and with Bert Kreischer as a studio host. So I don't know how that's going to go, but that sounds kind of interesting.
That's fine. I don't care about that. I think if you have more places to watch, it's better. It's harder to watch your teams now. So I think more is fine. But I was fascinated when I went to spring training. 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
This whole pitch thing, the batter can challenge it too, and the batter will just challenge it. And like in the one game I went to, the ump was like 4-0, and it got to be the point where people were cheering the ump, and the ump was kind of like a badass. And like the pitch would come in, and the batter would go back and like appeal it, and the ump would stand up, turn around, take off his thing, turn on his mic. The batter is challenging the ball strike, and he would sit there with his arms folded.
Like I know.
The strike is upheld. And we're like, damn, like you're a boss. Like, and also the batter and catcher can challenge it. They don't have to wait for the coach. What happens if you only got so many in a game? What happens if like your cleanup hitter is like in his first at bat is like, and he's down 0-1 in the count and he sees a pitch on the corner and he's like, challenge, and he uses his challenge. You're going to let the batter have control. Like I think this is ripe for lots of shenanigans.
So how it works? So just you have 2 challenges per game. But you keep your challenge every single time you get it right. So if you get 2 of them wrong, you're done. So
but like
you
some
can challenge
prima
every
donna
single
batter
pitch.
challenges something in the first inning because he's like, like you shouldn't do that.
Right. No, so it really so you have a conversation. So like Dave Roberts will talk to, Miguel Rojas, hey, don't challenge it unless it's a big spot. So like Shohei can do it. Freddie, Kyle
Is Shohei
Tucker.
doing it in the first, let's say it's the first.
If he's right.
He's right. I mean, of course they think they're right.
They always
wouldn't
do.
do it.
Right. Every time Luka gets fouled or something
He
happens.
twirls his finger,
Right,
yeah.
He goes over to challenge.
Can you imagine if they had that in the NBA where they let the players just challenge without the coach being involved?
Oh, my God.
Luka would not make it. Forget about, George, forget about the fourth quarter. Forget about halftime. Luka isn't making it to the first media timeout.
Yeah.
Games would also last like 6 hours. For baseball, who wanted to try and make baseball games move faster with a pitch count and a clock, right? It would seem to me that all these challenges are going to actually slow things down.
I agree. It did move pretty quick.
Oh, it did.
But the umpire, I know this has been happening in the minors for a while, but this is the first time I'd ever seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a boss move, this umpire. Like, he was like, yeah, challenge me again, sucker.
Yeah, they take it personal. Whereas
Well,
in the
of course they
NBA, it's a little different. Some guys don't like it, clearly. But I would say, who am I thinking of that really enjoys the challenges? Brian,
Kennedy.
when they go to the microphone.
Bill Kennedy.
Oh, Bill Kennedy. Yes, of course. Bill Kennedy makes it a show. Like every time Bill Kennedy goes to the mic on a challenge, I'm locked in.
5 years ago, if you asked the average fan who Bill Kennedy was, they would not know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the average fan knows exactly who he is.
Because he's the most entertaining guy in a challenge every time.
How many years has he been an NBA
A long
official?
time.
Oof,
20
20-something.
Because, the other night when the Lakers were playing against Detroit, I want to say that one of the broadcasters made a mention of the amount of time that these three referees had in the league. And one guy had like 28 years. One guy had like 23 years. And the third person had like, maybe 16 years. I was like, these people have been NBA referees for longer than LeBron's been an NBA player?
Yeah, I know. Bill Kennedy's been around a long time.
That's wild.
We got to do a
He
bit on
started
this.
in 95, 96, over 30 years for Bill Kennedy.
Bill.
Wow.
Sorry
He
for
looks
stepping on
doing
you,
great.
George.
He looks great. He just came back from injury.
I know.
no.
I didn't mean to step on
What
him.
are you doing, man?
Well, it was my fault. I got excited. We should do a
3 times.
bit where a morning show challenge where when Sedano calls one of us jerk face, all we have to do is tap our helmet or our head twice,
challenge.
and then we blow a whistle and
see
challenge
if it's
it.
worth
Challenge.
calling jerk face.
Yeah,
And everybody goes around the room and votes
Yeah,
whether or not
exactly.
you did or did not
Yeah.
deserve to be called a jerk face.
I
Right.
love this.
I like
Let's
it.
have it. Do you get how many
I like
challenges per show?
Yes, 2 challenges per show, only 2.
But
And
you-
if you're
but if
right,
you're right, you
get to
if you're
keep
right,
it.
you keep your challenge.
Oh, love
That's
that.
right. That's a good idea. Really good. Hey, speaking of which, can I ask you, both of you ball knowers, Sedano and obviously Wendy, can I ask you guys a question? I haven't heard much talk about this. When Luka got his technical a couple nights ago, that was supposed to be a suspension.
Yeah.
But then obviously he played against Detroit. So
Got rescinded.
Okay, yeah, I want somebody fill me in on the details of what exactly took place here.
So, well, the interesting thing is, and I how can I say whether it's accurate, but some Serbian fans, of which there are many, got a hold of the audio and translated. I can't prove whether the translation is accurate, but translated what was said. And I don't want to say what was said because I can't prove it. But
Okay.
Well-
in this, did you see it, George?
Well, I saw it, and what the claim is that Luka initiated the conversation, basically,
Well,
against Gogo
he
Batali.
initiated it at the foul line. It's possible that the talking was going on before that, but in the moment where what led to the technical, Luka appeared to speak first.
Yes.
And what appeared to happen based on this, and I won't go too far, but
It was basically your mama.
Luka referenced Goga's mother, and Goga referenced Luka's family.
Right.
And Luka, that's what set Luka off. Apparently, talking about the mother was deemed okay, but the family, Luka thought that was too far, and that's what led to
So once you go past mom and you get into dad and siblings, that's a problem.
I have made the mistake in the past of trying to understand the Balkan mindset. I am not going to. I'm just telling you that is what the translation implies.
Okay, but Luka played victim right away and said, he said this about my family. I had to stand up for myself. I couldn't take it. This is just basketball. But then they both got texts. And then Luka theoretically is supposed to be suspended thereafter. But the NBA did what exactly?
They rescinded it. And theoretically because they didn't get a warning. But look, I would just say this. Luka in his career now, twice in Dallas and now once in the Lakers, has 3 times gotten a 16th technical. And all 3 times had it rescinded by the NBA.
Is that because the NBA is like, we can't have this guy not play?
Well, I'm not saying they're saying that, but their actions imply that. Okay. So the question now becomes, what will Luka have to do? We've seen him get he can get the 16th tech. Getting the 16th tech is not the problem. Not having the tech hold. So the question is, and by the way, he's had I think he's had 3 techs rescinded this year because the NBA knows, when he gets a tech that's sort of borderline in January, they know, well, we're going to be dealing with this later. So what would Luka actually have to do to get a 16th tech to stick?
Oh, it'd have to be some sort of physical confrontation.
That's what the actions of the league are implying.
Yeah.
And by the way, once the playoffs start, it restarts.
Okay. How many can you have in the playoffs?
Is it like 6, George?
I think it's 6. Hold on. Let me double check that.
All right. Thank you, George.
But so here's the question. Kind of like, this is what Draymond does. Draymond gets a first technical.
Mm-hmm.
And then he knows that he can push the referees practically to the wall because they don't want to give him the second tech, which is why the second tech that came in that game against
this was against maybe Orlando?
No. Who just got kicked out recently?
Okay.
Jaylen Brown.
Okay, got it.
So the second tech is very, very high standard, and that did not meet that standard. Luka sitting on 15 techs is apparently borderline infallible. He has been behaving better, but the league has sent the message that he can pretty much say whatever he wants and probably mostly get away with it.
Okay.
So, Brian, you can get 6. On the 7th, that's the threshold of suspension in the play.
6, 7.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
You're allowed 6.
Yes.
But if you go over 6.
Which I've seen. It's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8:47. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. What's on tap today on ESPN LA? The Lakers wrap up their East Coast road trip tonight in Indiana. The Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Durant starts at 2:30 p.m. with tip-off at 4. Hear it on your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. The official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. 2 minutes. We're back with more windy on a windy Wednesday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey, it's Beto Duran. Everyone loves the new 2026 Toyota Electric BZ XLE that has a range of over 300 miles. You can drive one away on a 36-month lease with any old free and clear trade-down for only $239 a month. That's a $36,000 car that needs no gas. No cash required. Just drive any old car, truck, or van you own outright in the Wondrous Toyota or Northridge Toyota and drive out with a $239 lease payment.
2026 Toyota BZ XLE FWD. Offer good on any BZ model in stock with an MSRP under $36,650. Over 10 to choose from. Lease excludes tax, title, license, and dealer fees.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. This March, during Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, our friends at Providence remind you that colorectal cancer often starts with no symptoms, but screening can save lives. If you're 45 or older, it's time to get screened. Providence brings together the best minds in cancer care, keeping you in the game with trusted, compassionate support. Take control of your health. Learn more at providence.org/SCA colonoscopy. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
By the way, speaking of tap it, go tap the like button, you mongrels.
Yeah, tap that like button, mongrels.
Let's go.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
8:50, good morning. The Sedano Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. This is a Serbian dance hit. We're playing it for Luca, man. Serbian dance hits. Oh, yeah. You could feel it in the thighs on this one.
Oh, yeah?
I feel it in the thighs.
This one's a good workout for you, huh?
Meanwhile, it is time for the morning wood, the hardwood. I haven't knocked on it in a few days. You can barely hear that because it's Serbian. But made possible by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Coming up at 9 o'clock, the Rich Eisen Show terrestrially. We continue with Wendy in the YouTube hour on the app and on YouTube. So, Wendy, he was jacked last week watching LeBron. Mm-hmm. You know, LeBron's 41 years old.
27.
Wendy, 41 years old.
27.
Wendy said on Countdown last week, I know it when I see it. LeBron believes in this team. So, Wendy, ... Let's explain.
What a road trip they're having.
Oh, yeah, man. And you were awesome because when he had that dunk where he had to reach behind his
crazy play.
And you talked about that
Keep
on
showing
Countdown. It was you.
he missed like 15 games with sciatica this season. I just to remind you, this road trip has been absolutely spectacular. By the way, as a side note, the Pacers, George, have decided apparently, and this is actions over words. I'm always actions over words. The Pacers have decided they're gonna pick some select games that they want to play. You know, they're full-time tank, but they have like a 3-game buffer between them and Sacramento. And so like they decided they wanted to win the other night against Orlando. I know this because they played their like frontline players like 35 minutes. They hadn't played them 35 minutes in weeks. So I suspect it's because Rick Carlisle and the head coach of Orlando have some
a little beef, huh?
I don't know for sure, but I suspect. But so the question tonight is, are they going to play tonight's game to win or not? Because they have a certain number of games that they're and by the way, they've announced this. But even if they didn't announce it, you could tell because they played Pascal Siakam 35 minutes and Andrew Nembhard 35 minutes. So the question is, will they play to win tonight? That's actually literally a question. Is the team that the Lakers playing tonight, are they playing to win or not? They probably aren't, but maybe they will be. Lakers are doing so great on this road trip. They've done such a great job. They're now in a position where they get 3 tankers in a row. And that's really where we are in the NBA right now. When you're evaluating stuff.
Hold on, let's roll the dice. Ready? Oh, we got 3 tankers coming up.
3 tankers, baby.
3 tankers. You got Indiana, Brooklyn, and Washington. You got 3 tankers.
Tankville, USA.
That's why it's so sad they didn't beat the Pistons. I cried that night because it could have kept going, Brian. It could have been 15 games.
Yeah, they were missing. You could tell they had nothing that game. Luka had nothing. Yes, you're right, but they beat these next. They win these next 3 games, which frankly if they're a serious team, which they are, they have to. They're in great shape for the 3 seed. Like it's not done. Like the standings are still tight, but because they've got the tiebreak on Denver, because they've got the tiebreak on Houston, they win these next 3 games. They're going to be in great shape. So just handle your business the next 3 games. You're in great shape for the 3. The 3 is the pathway to a deep playoff.
Yeah, because Indiana, Brooklyn, Washington, and then things get a little bit more serious. Cleveland comes to town. This is Tuesday of next week.
Cleveland may not be incentivized to win every game.
That's an amazing song, by the way.
Come on, Cap.
Come on, Cavs.
Oh, we were all into it. Yes,
we were so into it. We did a comparison with the car wash theme from Rolls Royce. Ramona was like breaking down car wash versus Come On, Cavs.
Again, Come On, Cavs is like from the 70s. It's not really like I know people like that more. I think of the 80s Cavs, Brad Daugherty, Mark Price, Larry Nance. There was a different song. That was my song. So Come On, Cavs, fine. It's very 70s, but I like the 80s song.
More of an 80s guy than a 70s guy.
We'll play the 80s song.
No,
with the
I'm
YouTube
much more of a 70s guy, but
Okay.
but my childhood was in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
No, I was born at the wrong time. This should be 1976.
Oh, can you imagine Wendy and I in the 70s?
Oh, my God. Morales. Running around downtown L.A.
Oh, golfing in plaid pants.
Oh, my God.
And golfing in like you having real woods back then. You know?
Yeah.
You'd have real old school.
We're talking about clubs.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Either way. Going to the smokehouse in the 70s, having an old fashioned and some
And the
garlic bread.
smokehouse is exactly the same.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my.
By the way, that's
We're driving our boat out there.
Oh, yeah. A big old caddy.
Hey, Cutlass, that's my car. An Oldsmobile Cutlass
Yes.
Supreme. That's what I
It would
want.
be 17 feet long.
Yes, that's right.
We could fit like
God.
5 people's clubs in the
We'd be
trunk.
getting 8 miles to the gallon.
Yeah. Windy Wednesday, the Sedano and Gap Morning
misty-eyed.
Show. We continue the YouTube hour next. The Rich Eisen Show terrestrially begins at 9 o'clock. We'll see you on the flip side. The flippity flop, Jack. What a day it is on Windy Wednesday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. If you can't smile now, then you may not be alive.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings, a spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed, and fiery. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. Get them today, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
It's Chris Morales for VisionWorks. And let's be honest, how many of us wasted our tax refunds on really dumb things in the past? This year, don't do it. Do what thousands of people in OC and LA are doing and invest wisely in your vision. VisionWorks accepts most vision insurance plans, and their professional staff will help everyone maximize their insurance benefits. And if you don't have insurance, don't worry. The experts at VisionWorks will find options that work within your price range. See the world clearly. It really is life-changing. Better vision, better value. VisionWorks just makes sense.
My boss told me to have a good day, so I left work at 2 p.m. for happy hour. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Get tickets now for alt-rock legend Everclear, performing exclusively at Morongo, April 4th.
Number 2.
March Hoops Mania at Morongo. Watch college hoops everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Cadillac Escalade IQL the 29th. Earn entries now playing your favorite games.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's tournament time, and Pizza Hut is bringing the heat with their new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, and finished with buttery garlic parm seasoning for bold flavor in every bite. All tournament long, grab a large pizza with any 3 toppings for just $10.99, available for delivery or carryout. When the games heat up, keep the Pizza Hut coming. Cut down the nets with the $10.99 large 3-topping pizza deal. Order now at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app and bring home the win.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese and toppings, stuffed crust, and original pan.
Mike, in sports, dynasties don't happen by luck. They happen with culture, coaching, and execution.
That's exactly how we run Rotolo Chevrolet, with all of those ingredients.
So how much of that is why you've been number 1 14 years in a row?
When you put all those ingredients together and your processes stay in place, you're going to get great results.
And if you come to the store, you're going to find out why you're number 1.
That's what it's all about. Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
From the showroom to the service bay, everyone is at the top of their game. Rotolo Chevrolet, built like a champion, driven to win. Visit RotoloChevy.com.
This college basketball tournament moment is brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy.
After rupturing his Achilles celebrating the team's Sun Belt Tournament Championship, Georgia State head coach Ron Hunter was forced to roll the sidelines of the NCAA tournament on a stool with wheels. In the opening round, 14th-seeded Georgia State faced 3rd-seeded Baylor. Down 2, R.J. Hunter, the coach's son, hit a game-winning 3-pointer, causing his father to fly off his stool, celebrating on the floor.
Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
The home of the Lakers, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Cappy, one of my favorite songs of all time, when they got together and sang "All for Love,"
man.
From the Three Musketeers soundtrack. Remember the Three Musketeers?
Yes.
That's kind of like you, me, and Sedano, but when Brian Windhorst is here, my Columbo brother,
right,
it becomes Windy, Cappy and Sedano, which I'm okay with.
You are.
They are the Three Musketeers on Wednesdays. Good morning, Brian Windhorst.
Where would Brian Windhorst be in line at your wedding to dance with you?
To this song, Morales. I want to dance with you to this song.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we won't look each other in the eye.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Don't the Rams say bleep them picks?
Yes.
That was a long time ago. Different now. Now they're good at the picks.
Yeah, but didn't they do that and win the Super Bowl?
They did.
This is a bleep them picks trade.
Yeah, what was it?
Horn chins.
Yeah,
Horn chin.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do.
God.
What do you mean, oh God? What do you mean? I can do.
God.
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah?
Oh, okay. Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
about. No, here it is. You ready? Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, need a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
You've never met anybody who's more obsessed with being right in their life, and by the way, has never been
What
wrong.
are you doing?
Bing, gonna bop, yeah. Doo-be-da-bop. Boom, be-da-boom.
9:02 and 30 seconds. Good morning. Welcome to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show YouTube hour on Windy Wednesday.
I offer.
On this 25th of March, Cappy, do it. We gather around the YouTube and the app because we like to do broadcast brilliance. And we get lucky. We're lucky enough on Wednesdays to do it with a man who is also brilliant in his own right. The great Brian Windhorst on a Windy Wednesday.
Do you feel like Ramona yesterday was like just a little insulted that we are all professing our love for Windy? And she's like, what's up with you guys and these man crushes you all have on Windy? And we're like,
I think she's a little jealous.
Yeah, I think so too.
She's been working here for like 20 years.
Well, that's just it.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
we never did
Momo.
Momo Mondays.
Fair.
That is fair.
Because she's always working all the other days.
Yeah, listen.
That's fair.
We love Momo.
Fair.
No, but she's
Love
exclusive to one show, remember?
She used to be exclusive to Mason
Not anymore.
Yeah.
No. We
But
love
Windy
her.
Wednesdays is a special
she
day.
realized that's probably not a winning proposition.
Oh. Freaking Sedano bringing it strong for the top of the 9 o'clock hour.
This is where I stay quiet and say nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Mason could have had you on his show every day. He ran you off that show. And we were here with open arms.
Oh, he banned you at one point. Did you know this, Brian?
Yeah, but I don't know the reason why.
Oh, Windy?
Well, I
he
think
banned Windy?
You were supposed. Oh yeah. Oh, Greg will know this now. You have to speak. Greg.
Yeah, I will, but I'm trying to think of that.
I had been banned for like 2 years, and they were like, "Boy, is that ban still going on?" I was like, "What ban?"
Wait.
Why did you get banned?
If I recall correctly, okay, this is. I remember when I used to do the afternoon show by myself, and you would come in at times to do the show with me.
Sure.
This is during that time. This is like pre-COVID.
The Sedano Palooza.
This is pre-COVID. We used to have a lot of cool people on that show, including Ramona, by the way, was in that rotation. Mina Kimes, Dave McMiniman, Windy, Freddie Prinze Jr.
T-Mac. Did you bring T-Mac once?
T-Mac came in to do the show one day. Yeah,
Right.
that's true. That is a good point. I forgot about that. So he told a lot of great Kobe stories that day. But anyway, long story short, Brian, the way I recall it was they had booked you to come on. You couldn't come on for whatever reason. Something must have happened because you're one of these guys that always comes on at the time you're booked. So something happened, probably something broke or whatever, and you had to probably do TV or whatever. And Mason is a bit of I love him. I do. I love him to death. I mean, he to me is the most important person at this station.
How much do you love him though? Did you text him personally off to the side the other day and wish him?
Well,
a happy
listen, I
61st
apologized
birthday?
to him when I thought I lost a friend. You know, like Morales did.
Right, but did you most recently wish him a happy birthday privately, just you to him? I mean, you love
I did
him.
not.
Okay,
I did not.
Have you? Made
I don't
a
feel like I need to do that with a grown ass man.
Oh,
though.
I just
You know
thought
what I
that
mean?
you know how sensitive he is. Have you made a healthy, generous donation to the charity that he's trying to raise money for currently right now?
I didn't even know he was raising money for a charity.
yes. Oh, absolutely. You should make a healthy donation.
Well, I don't listen to the show. I got to be honest with you very much anymore.
Come on.
I'm not in the car at that time.
Well, you got
anymore.
the app in your
And
hand.
YouTube.
Right, but I'm not. I'm not listening to the station when I'm not on the station as much because I'm not in the car as much. And yes, I guess you can listen and watch on YouTube, but I've got other things I need to do when I'm home. Anyway, let me get back to the story about Brian. So Brian, you didn't come on for whatever reason, so he became a little childish. He was like, "Oh, he's banned," right? But it was a joke, I thought, but apparently it was real. So you were banned, and then one day you were in the control room getting ready to come on the show with me. And then Mason, and I called him out on it the next day. He's like, "Oh, Brian Windhorst is in the other control." And then he invited you in while we were doing crosstalk. And then after that, you were no longer banned because I called him out on it the next day. I'm like, wait, I thought he was banned. And then you brought him in.
I think I'm still banned. I haven't done the show in years.
Oh, wow.
So I was the producer.
No, you
don't want to do it.
No, I've banned him.
There you go.
I ban. You don't ban me.
No.
I ban you.
I ban you.
Emily, you're listening right now. Please pull that. Play it for the.
Oh, it'll be in the open.
Now, Greg, do I have that correct?
You absolutely have it correct. So yeah, it was something. I don't remember what happened, but you didn't come on the show, and then he was always like, "Oh, Windhorst banned," because you did the whole Windy, played the "Everybody Loves Windy" song for a little while.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that now.
And then you did. You came in and sat here, and the first thing you just, "Oh my God, Brian Windhorst, come on in."
Soon he's going to invite you in.
I have no recollection, and
big phony mace.
It must not have been that. It must not have been personal because I have no recollection.
Soon he'll try to invite you to be on Mason Plus. And with that, I want to apologize for last week. I found out about it after the fact because when I was walking down the hall, like a half hour after our show ended, I go, "Why is Windy still here?" And I said, "Lindsay, why is he still here? Why is he in that room?" And he goes, "Oh, Cappy asked him to do the Cappy and crew." And I go, "What?"
I enjoyed that.
I understand you enjoyed it, and you're a nice human being.
Very nice.
But
lovely, as a matter of fact.
You being on this show, you appearing on ESPN Cleveland, it's part of an entire package. And I said, why is Cappy doing that? Like, this poor man is doing Kaplan and crew with these small market guys. And like, Windy's Windy. He shouldn't be doing that.
Why?
I felt bad for him.
Why, though?
Come on.
What do you mean?
Why are we paying the freight for you to have a guest?
What do you mean? He came on one time. He's not like a regular. We don't have Windy Wednesday on the Cappy.
You better not.
Well, we might. Maybe we'll do Wednesday, Thursday.
Lakers fans
That's a good idea.
Lakers fans are fascinating to me. I need a certain amount of Lakers fans in my life. There's a threshold, but then you go too far. But there's a certain, like last night I was going to this place for dinner and I walked in. I was waiting for the table. The guy who works at the restaurant goes, "Who's going to win the championship this year?" And I go, "You know what? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know."
And I go, "Who do you think is going to win it?" And he goes, "Oh, Lakers." And I go, "Do you really believe that? Or are you just saying that because you're a fan?" He's like, I said, I just want to know what I'm working with here.
Right.
Poor guy.
He's like, "No, I don't really believe it, but I hope it." I go, "Okay, that's good. Now we can have a conversation. Like, if you hope that the Lakers win the championship, we can have a conversation. But if you say the Lakers are winning the championship because the ghost of Kobe is going to guide the Lucas shots in, now we're done." So I need to establish what kind of Laker fan I'm dealing with, and then we can go forward.
Okay.
A foundation.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly right.
So let me ask you this then, because I hear a lot of the national talk, and we talk Lakers all day long. They're on our station.
So
They're the team of LA. Well, that's just it.
We do.
That's just it.
That's true.
The national talking, like, it's kind of a weird feeling for me. I'm like, God, don't these guys have anything else to talk about? And then I think to myself, wait a second, that's all you talk about. But then I try and justify it. I'm like, but we're in LA and we're partners with the Lakers. Of course, that's what we're talking about. But everybody nationally. So one guy I saw say, okay, the Lakers have now officially become a top 4 team in the NBA.
Yeah.
And they are now a real championship contender. Yeah. And I would say that through the euphoria of the 9 games where we saw them play great team ball and everybody accept their role, and DeAndre Ayton talking about, I looked in the mirror, and JJ Redick, oh my God, what a communicator he must be to get everybody on the same page. you tell me, is it unrealistic to think that the Lakers are now truly a championship contender?
And then we can spend the next 20 minutes arguing what a championship contender is. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Last Thursday night when they were playing in Houston, or no, they were playing in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that day was, they played in Miami.
Right.
It was an NCAA tournament night. There was games.
It was Thursday, right?
It
was the tip-off of the tournament day, right?
Okay. I'm watching on my phone on the plane. Great Wi-Fi on that particular plane. And I'm watching the game. And I can't believe how enjoyable that game was. This is most fun I've had watching a game. I had more fun watching the Lakers road trip than I've had watching the Lakers. I just love the way they're playing. I love the Luka in that game was amazing. And like there's NCAA tournament games going on. There's other people on the plane like watching these NCAA tournament games. I'm like, you guys are missing the best basketball going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not going to try to talk somebody out of that because I realize the Thursday and Friday of NCAA tournament are like the sacred days of American sportsdom. That game in Miami was absolutely awesome. And so like I would just say enjoy the joy that the Lakers are giving you for these games right now. They are so fun to watch the way they're playing. Just enjoy those games. Don't like try to like say, well, if this, that, whatever, can we just enjoy, like there will be stress games coming when they're in the playoffs. Let's just enjoy these games. Let's just enjoy what's going on.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said, because I said to George, I go, George, listen, I don't know, and maybe you guys can remember a time, even the championship year in the bubble, I can't remember a time where I'm watching a LeBron Laker team, you call it a Luka Laker team now, where the guys are having more fun. And the example that I would point to was not just the Miami game, but I would point to the Orlando game, so that when Luka Nard hits that game-winning three and you see LeBron lose it and grab Kennard and just I haven't seen LeBron have this much fun. At least I don't remember watching LeBron have this much fun in his entire Laker career.
That could be true because 2020 was so, that team was really good before that year. They were the number, when the league stopped, they were the number one seed. I think they were number one.
You remember that, George?
I think they were. They were having a great season.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't win that championship by happenstance. Like AD got there and they were instantaneously like really good, and they might have been having fun that year. I don't remember.
They were definitely having fun that year.
But that would be.
I don't remember it either. That's my point.
Well, that's the thing. Nobody remembers anything. Right. But my guess is that there was some good stretches of basketball
probably so.
in there.
Yeah.
That team didn't just like all of a sudden get to the bubble and like figure it out. They were really. I mean, it helped that AD didn't miss a shot in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That was definitely very helpful. But
and it helped that AD got all those months off to make sure his body was back to original form basically.
Yes, I mean all of that was factors. But even if the season hadn't stopped, they might have still won the title.
Sure,
who knows?
Yeah,
but that was a great team.
But I think to your point that we're watching a team, especially during the 9-game winning streak. You're watching a team where you're going, wow, they have come together as a team. For all the talk about the roster construction is all wrong, and it's got to be the prototype that they had in Dallas for Luka, and this was an organization that built around LeBron, but now it's Luka. For all that talk, we watched a team over 9 straight games find crazy ways to win. From Austin Reeves throwing the ball off the rim and then getting the recovery and putting it in, and Luka hitting the game-winning shot, to Luka Nard hitting that three-pointer wide open in Orlando. Everything in between, we're watching something really fun happen. And I loved it, and I thought it was great.
I love how you call him Luka Nard.
Yeah, because Luke Kennard.
You were hoping Wendy would laugh, right?
But Luka Nard is actually, now you got 2 Lukas.
Luka Nard, that's the correct saying, but it does sound like Luka Nard.
Exactly.
Mr. Nard?
Yeah.
Mr. Luka Nard?
Right. So why don't you use that tonight on Countdown?
Very good. I mean, I'm sure, Pistons, Hawks, they would love to talk about the Lakers on Countdown.
Right. Well, if you can work in Luka Nard, I would
that
appreciate
was a great play that JJ. By the way, even the shot the other night, JJ, and I know that it's his coaching staff too, so I'll just say the coaching staff drew up. They had generated an open 3 for Luka. Just Tobias Harris got his hand on the ball, and it was actually a pretty good play for Kleba to save it so that Luka could take the last shot. But I try to emphasize low-level ecstasy in the NBA because it's so hard to win the biggest thing. Just enjoy what this is. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. So when you're asking if they're a championship contender, have you seen the Spurs and Thunder play?
Yeah, right. So what I'm saying to you is, have they elevated to a serious conversation about them now being better than we thought they were 11 games ago?
Not in my opinion.
Okay.
Because they're going to have to, likely, I mean, this is the thing. Like, you said in March that they had no chance and they won it. You're a fool. Like, somebody could sprain their ankle in the wrong time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's why, like, I use a baseball analogy. You run out the ground ball. Like, we have to admit that we don't know. And that you have to, like when somebody says to me, who's going to win the championship? You're an expert. Who's going to win the championship, Mr. Expert Boy? And the more you're around, the more you understand that the smart answer is, I don't know. Like, George, Sam Presti had this. Sam Presti, the fountain of all knowledge. That's a joke, but he wrote a letter when he was 13 years old. It was uncovered. He wrote a letter to the Boston Globe. He was a fan of the Celtics as a kid, and he wrote a letter. The Celtics were struggling, and he goes, "We got to get rid of these overpaid players, and we got to draft Jason Kidd." Signed, Sam Presti, age 13, wherever he was from, Massachusetts. And it came unearthed a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he got asked about it. He said, "Sam, what about this letter that said you wanted to draft Jason Kidd? You were right. You even knew back then, that because Kidd was the number one pick. He was he was a lottery pick, but he wasn't the number one. So Sam gave this amazing answer. He said, back then I had a fraction of the information and was 100% sure I knew everything. Now I have all the information. I'm a fraction % sure. Okay.
Good. Right.
And that's the NBA. What people want, who's gonna win it all? Like, they want you to come out and they want you. I mean, my bosses would love it. The guy who runs Get Up and First Take, he would love it if I came in. I pounded my fist and said, I bet the farm on the Spurs. He would love it. The truth is, it depends on so many different things. So that's why I say, just enjoy this Lakers run. Having said that, if you look at the Spurs and you look at the Thunder, the Spurs are 22-2 in their last 24 games. The Thunder are 16-1 in their last 17 games or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They just got Jalen Williams, their second best player, back after 6 weeks. In his first game, he scored 18 points in 20 minutes. And he said, my wrist, which was completely screwed for 12 months, is now 100% healthy. And by the way, when he injured his hamstring and he missed 6 weeks, he had just gone 11 for 11 in the game. So now, not only do the Thunder have won 16-17, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is at the top of his powers, but they just got their second best player back, who they've missed for 2/3 of the season, and they're still going to win like 65 games. So you say to me, can the Lakers win it all? I'm like, I don't really think it's probable. But then people are like, oh, you're a hater.
Right.
So you nuance gets.
Don't hate, celebrate.
The truth is that the NBA is one giant nuanced shades of gray situation. And after 20 years, you embrace that that's reality. But people don't want that. People want, like, are they, can they win it all? Sure. If 11 things happen, like last year, the Thunder were the best team from the start of the season to the finish. Also, Aaron Gordon pulled his hamstring, and he was messed up for Game 7. And Tyrese Halliburton, who was potentially at the beginning of a generational game. I don't know. Maybe he misses his next 9 threes. But he had made his first 4. What if he doesn't tear his Achilles? The Thunder played the entire fourth quarter of that game tight as a drum, and maybe they win. So we're talking about a team that is basically won 80% of its games for the last 2 years. And I'm telling you, they won last year by the skin of their teeth. So how am I supposed to say they're unstoppable?
Right.
Like,
well,
so
it's like the Dodgers last year in the World Series. They got taken to the very end, and then a ball gets caught underneath the wall. And if that ball is not
forget
ruled
about
the
that.
way it was,
the guy at home plate, he's out by, or is he safe or out by a half second? I can't remember what it is. Whatever that is, it comes down. If you were
by a cleat.
If you were a Blue Jays fan, how are you still even not laying awake at night thinking about that play at home plate?
Right.
And like, how many good decisions does the Dodgers make, and how much money do they spend, and all these things over the course of years to get there, and it still comes down to a cleat.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say, I don't know, that's not you being an idiot. That's you actually being smart. But I will never be able to successfully sell that to anybody.
No, but it is true. I mean, and there's a reason there's been 8 different champions in the last 8 years in the NBA, because we're in this strange, and I think strange for NBA fans because it's been mostly dynasties. And we haven't had a stretch like this before, at the very least not in my lifetime, where you've had this much parity, per se, at the top when it comes to the NBA. So, look, you can go year by year, whether it's either the team that won or even the team that was that played in the finals. Like you mentioned Indiana. Would you have picked Indiana to get to the finals? Because I wouldn't have.
Hell no.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Dallas Mavericks with Luka the year before, or the Heat the year before that.
Right.
I wouldn't have picked any of those three teams to
but
make
like,
the finals.
let's say the Lakers put it together. Let's say Luka gets absolutely red hot. They beat the Spurs, and they get to the conference finals. They're playing the Thunder, and we would say like, well, this is just what happened with Indiana last year. Indiana put their whole team together, got healthy in March, got hot, were had these ingredients that made them real tough to play, and all of a sudden were wrecking balls through teams that allegedly they were lower seeded in. They were knocking off Cleveland and knocking off New York. Like, forget about it. They were almost knocking off. Like, that could be the Lakers. How do we know that like Luka won't get absolutely untouchable? Averages 40. He's capable of having a playoff series where he averages 44 points, where he's throwing in shots from everywhere. You can't stop him, and they win. And they say, well, why didn't we see this? Why didn't we notice that LeBron got healthier as the season went along, and when he figured out his role, that they were untouchable? So that could happen. But as I sit here, can I tell you that I think that's going to happen? That wouldn't be responsible either. But it would also be responsible to say, well, wait a minute. Well, maybe LeBron in this role, and Austin in this role, and Marcus Smart in this role is exactly what a championship team needs. And that's what they're fighting for. That's why these teams continue to fight throughout the whole season. And the veteran guys know that there's always time in the season. There's always time to put it together. So what I would just say is, if you're a Laker fan, don't make plans in May and June.
Yeah.
Don't buy non-refundable tickets, but don't leave your May and June. Just leave it open a little bit open.
And here's the deal. You've gone from a team that most of us felt like was an afterthought in regards to that championship chase to a team that's actually got a puncher's chance here.
And by the way, they felt that. I mean, they would never say this internally. I mean, they would never say this externally. They would never come out and say this. I don't think they believed that they were going to be this good internally with the Lakers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But they never stopped working, because if you've been around long enough, you know that this sort of stuff is possible.
Well, but pause on that for 1 second. Possible. Do you think that when we sat here, the whole group of us, and you were talking about 200-plus minutes, the three of them combined, small sample size, but the numbers say they're not good together.
Right.
Are you surprised at how the numbers have flipped? And if you are, do you have anybody in particular that you credit for how this whole thing turned?
Yes, I am surprised that it flipped. I think everybody would admit they are surprised they would flip. Now, it's easy right now to say, I always knew. But I would have said you in the time, and I probably did, that I believed it was capable of flipping, but I didn't think that I didn't think it was working, but I thought it was capable of working. And so who gets credit? All of them. LeBron gets credit. Reeves gets credit. JJ gets credit.
There you go.
Marcus Smart gets credit. Marcus Smart's played awesome in this stretch.
How about DeAndre Ayton? He get any credit?
He's been better. Yeah, he's been better. Now, I'm going to say, I'm watching Wembanyama, and I'm George, I'm the story that I'm doing with Tim Bontemps and I every week. We do the story where we talk to people in the league and try to get their feelings on things,
Yeah.
The story we're doing this week is, do we think the Spurs can win? Because I'm watching this Thunder team. They look awesome. But I'm watching Victor. And the guy is doing stuff like we've never seen before. He's the ultimate cheat code. So I'm thinking, okay, the Lakers, how are they going to deal with that? He has the ability to defend the three-point line and the rim at the same time.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He does stuff that is completely I was watching a game they were playing the other night. I think it was against Miami, George. He had a couple of possessions where he flat out terrorized the Heat. When I say terrorized, he had several players drive into the basket, realize he was there, and say, nope.
Turn around.
And turn around. And then at one point, The ball went to Norm Powell, an all-star. Norm Powell completely beats him off the dribble, okay? Gets to the rim and does what smart, savvy basketball players do. They use the rim as protection. He did this perfect play where he went in and he got it at the perfect angle where the rim would protect him. There's no way that the guy can block the shot because the rim is in the way, right? And he already beat him. This is after Jaime Jaquez and Bam Adebayo were stoned by him. Victor said, no, I've got you 17 feet from the basket. You're not getting anywhere. Ball goes to Norm. I got this sucker. And I'm going to score on this guy. And Victor sticks his hand underneath the rim, up underneath the other side, and rejects it. And rejects it in a way that it comes right back to him. He did psychological damage to 3 different players on the same possession. Okay? So I see that, and I say, how are the Lakers going to potentially beat that 4 out of 7? And let's say they do that. Let's say Luka scores. Let's say they play San Antonio. San Antonio plays tight. They don't guard Stephon Castle at all. They double-team Victor. Victor doesn't play well. Maybe he gets into foul trouble a game. Let's say Luka has a 47-point game. Let's say LeBron has a game where he hits 7-3. I'm just talking about like how they're going to win a series. Because Victor's going to embarrass you a few times. Let's say there's a game where LeBron hits 7 threes. Let's say there's another game. Let's say there's 2 games where Luka scores 48. Okay? Let's say there's a game where Austin goes off. Let's say there's a game where Marcus Smart goes off. Or let's say there's a game where DeAndre Ayton has one of the games of his life. These are all things happen. Let's say they beat that beast, which I am telling you legitimately terrorizes opponents. Now they got to play Oklahoma City probably. It's a tough road. But then I could go through the exercise. Well, what happens if Jalen Williams sprains his ankle in game 2 and he's limping the rest of the series? What happens if Chet Holmgren, as they're getting through their second round, what happens if he gets elbowed in the face and he can't see or he's got vertigo? These things happen. That's so I can sit here, we can go for hours and I can create scenarios.
Well, to your point, Brian, I remember during the NBA Cup, I did this report when I was doing the radio game, or the games on radio that day. And it was guys avoid taking shots when he's within 6 feet of them at a rate that we've never seen in the NBA because, to your point, he can cover so much ground. And I think that guys when he's within 6 feet of them, and this was early in the season, right? This was in December. Guys were shooting 42% at that stage of the season when he was within 6 feet. Okay, not like he's the nearest defender, not within 6 feet.
Right. So he has 5 blocks in the game against Miami the other night.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you, he mentally blocked at least 10 shots that I saw. I didn't watch the whole game.
But you're saying impacted the shot angle, and so
or the guy just
makes you think,
or said I'm not going to shoot.
It doesn't count
as
like Jaime Jaquez is driving the lane. He's having a great year. He's a 6th Man of the Year candidate.
Right.
He's driven the lane like a beast all year. He's driving the lane against 99% of the league. He's either scoring or getting fouled. I ain't even trying. I'm backing out. Not only am I backing out, I've busted this whole possession. That doesn't count as a stat for Victor.
Right.
What is that? How do you count that? Maybe they don't even take a shot that possession. Maybe they have a violation or a turnover. He doesn't get credit for that. But he did it. So I'm trying to figure out, and this is what we're talking. Here's the thing, George. The more people I talk to in the league, more people are saying they think the Spurs can do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think they can. Their fatal flaw is their 3-point shooting.
Yes. People are going to back off of them and dare them to shoot, and that's the other thing is that they've never played. The coach has never coached in a
playoff series. Yeah. That for sure. Yeah.
So there's all these things, but
don't you guys have a meeting to go to?
Well, I do.
Me too.
Oh, you do, Wendy?
Yeah. You got a meeting? What time?
9:30.
Oh,
I think it's the same meeting, isn't it?
No. Mine is the production meeting for the game. His is probably the production meeting for NBA.
There's 40 seconds left before 9:30.
Can I say real quick?
Yeah.
NBA Today got nominated for an Emmy today.
I know. Congratulations. I
Congrats.
saw that email this morning.
Well, don't congrats to me. I mean, congrats to the producer.
To the show.
All right. Well,
And
you guys
George.
are part of it. George as well.
George, you're part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right
you guys
on.
are both part of it.
Right on.
To
the
the
other
team.
The other day, I was about.
Can you imagine if we can now introduce him as Emmy
Emmy
Award?
Award winning.
He already has an
Sedano.
Emmy.
Well, I already
though.
have an Emmy.
He already
It's in
has
my-
one.
I didn't realize. We should do that anyway.
Yeah, right. We should
Just to
start calling
stick it
him
in Cappy's face
Yeah,
every day.
right. I don't have an Emmy. Never been nominated for an Emmy. Got nothing. I got no awards.
You don't even have a Carmi. I have a Carmi.
I got nothing.
Did you guys see Pablo's podcast got nominated for 3 Emmys? That's awesome.
Did not see
and
that.
it's going to win.
Yeah.
Did not see that.
Yeah, crazy.
Real quick before you guys go, so I'm blown away by Wemby also, and the height and the athleticism and everything else, and figured he was too skinny and he was going to get pushed around. He'd probably get broken in half, you know. Like I thought of him as more like a Sean Bradley type. This guy from Florida who's 7'9", what's his name? Oliver?
No, he's not.
Is he an NBA player?
No.
Oh my God, the poor guy's going to walk around the rest of his life at 7'9" with no NBA.
I don't think he's an NBA player.
Right? He's going to walk in the mall and everybody's going to be like, "Who do you play for?" He's like, "Nobody."
The football team tried to bring him in to like be the guy to like block kicks and punts and stuff.
I would not be surprised if some NBA team takes a look at him.
He's 7'9".
Yeah, he literally sits on the end of the bench.
That's unbelievable. Did you see there was one player, I don't remember who Florida was playing against, and the guy was 6'9", and he's mic'd, and he's like, "Damn, dude, you are so big."
Well, this is what happens when you see Victor. Like Victor, standing up next to 6'10" guys, and he's got him by 6-7 inches.
Well, this
6'7".
Lindsay, hello.
George beat me to it.
I already got there. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I got to go. They've started my meeting.
All right, go ahead.
They've started mine too.
All right, you go
Bye,
ahead.
Wendy.
too.
Have a great day.
See you
Can't
guys.
believe this. Wendy's leaving us?
It's a windy Wednesday, and it's always the best day of the week.
I know.
We love you, Wendy.
Where you go? Can't you tell them
He's
to
got
move
a
the meeting
meeting.
until 10?
Yeah, don't try and rope him into your podcast again, Cappy.
What?
His mic's off. His mic's off, guys. Let's turn
Yeah,
it
but
on.
don't you think you should tell them to move the meeting to 10 generally?
That's when NBA Countdown meeting is.
Okay. Well,
Wendy, have a great day. Enjoy your meeting. Don't do it,
Be
Cappy.
back for the podcast, please, here at 10 o'clock.
Do not do that.
If you don't mind, get
No.
back here
All
immediately.
right. Got a few things to read here. It's game day, which means it's time to BB go for it. Listen to Mason and Ireland today for your chance to play. When you hear the cue to call, be calling number 7. And guess which team scores the first 3-point basket of the game. Get it right, and you'll win a $100 BB Go promo code. Plus, be entered for a chance to win a trip to basketball's biggest stage. From our friends at BB Go, bring something different to the table. BB, go for it. And the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Of course, thank you to the law offices of Jacob Emrani, the official personal injury attorney of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. If you're injured in an accident, call Jacob, 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. Or call jacob.com. 9:32 on a windy Wednesday. Windy's always the best. Time for the Lindsay segment. We like to play a TV theme. Of course, the theme song to Sex in the City, Cappy. Because Sarah Jessica Parker turned 61 today.
Oh, my God. Now, by the way,
Wow,
Sarah
really?
Jessica Parker,
61?
you guys know that I'm obsessed with Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yes.
Sarah Jessica Parker is like in second place, always has been. Have always had an infatuation with Sarah Jessica Parker. Love her. 61.
There you go. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. The Lindsay segment made possible by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. I'm going to save the kazoo game for next week with Wendy's visit.
Oh, Cappy, I was waiting for you to blow on that kazoo.
I know. I wanted to do that.
He said he'll play it, but he had the meeting.
These 9:30 meetings must be changed to 10 a.m.
Well,
At
he
the
has
earliest.
also has a meeting at 10 a.m.
Okay, then maybe
He's not always on NBA Today, but
Okay.
he is always on Countdown. The Countdown meetings start at 10.
I would say no meetings until 10 is the earliest.
You guys didn't notice. Cappy was holding the door and everything, and he's like, "Hey, are you coming back at 10?"
Yeah, no, I told him. I
You
go,
really
"Hey, bro."
said that?
I
Yeah.
go, bro, 10:15, be back here. It's Windy Wednesday on the Cappy
You opened
Cast.
the door for him and
yeah,
everything.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
help you out,
trying to, he's a
Wendy.
guest. I want to treat him nicely. 10:15.
I can't wait till we have
Oh,
to knock
yeah.
down that office and
Windy
make more
Wednesday. Yeah.
space for cubes.
Then I got to move again?
No show here now.
What do you mean no show here?
Because all these offices are going to be full.
You're
I would say
banning
within
me?
a year,
Yeah.
you won't have a place. You'll have to go back to the East Central and do the show there.
I don't mind that. But I don't like, see, what George does is when he's in his hotel room, I can see his bed in the back. I always have to position my camera because I'm obsessed with people not seeing my bed in the
Imagine
hotel
if
room.
you accidentally forget, or maybe somebody gets in your room and lays out the Walmart bag, and that appears on the back.
Yeah.
On the Cappy Cast, that's allowed. though.
Yeah, on the
I
Cappy
feel like
Cast,
that fits.
the Walmart bag comes out.
Yeah, we're just a couple of guys messing around. That's what we are.
All right, the Lindsay segment already in progress. Take it away, pretty Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, so have you guys seen this thing about Ruth's Chris Steakhouse?
What about it? No hats?
So no, they've come out. It's more than that. They've come out with a dress code.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they said that they have a quote business casual dress code requiring proper attire. The website says that kindly remove all hats, Guests wearing ball caps are asked to dine in the bar/lounge.
But Houston's and the Houston group, all those restaurants, they've been doing that for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're now, I guess they're getting more specific about it. They said the following attire is not permitted in our dining rooms: gym wear, pool attire, tank tops, clothing with offensive graphics or language.
I got no problem with any of this.
Revealing
so far.
clothing or exposed undergarments.
Yep.
Fine. And then they
tank
suggest
tops are disgusting. Like any guy who goes out
I
rocking
agree.
a tank top
1000%.
to a Roots Chris. I mean, come on, bro. Really?
Don't tell Clinton Yates that.
Listen, anytime
he
you're
ain't wearing a
going
tank
out.
top. Is he?
Remember when tank tops all the time.
Yeah, remember when he did tank top summer?
Yeah, and I
have a
told
real
him it's
problem.
unacceptable.
Here's
Gym
the problem I have
and the
with
beach. That's it.
Here's the problem I have with the tank top. Is a guy who puts his arm around you when he's wearing a tank top,
Yeah,
and then his
ew.
hairy armpits
Great.
are all over your shoulder. Like, bro,
Nasty.
get off of me.
No one wants to see your armpit hair. No one wants to see your armpit.
You know who used to rock not tank tops, but during the summer cutoffs for his nightly show on Fox Sports Radio in the mid 2000s? You know who? And I used to be like, really, dude?
Who?
You know who?
We got a double mention.
2 mentions in one day.
Yeah. At least it's in the YouTube hour.
Big boy! To berate me, is that what you're doing now?
That's my fault, Lindsay. We double dropped. I apologize.
So people are commenting on this whole Roots Chris thing, saying like, okay, it's Roots Chris. It's like a step above Outback.
That's not accurate.
Really?
No.
No, it's a nice. It's
Roots
a nice.
Chris.
I've been to Roots Chris, and I feel like it is a little.
Yeah.
This is a little.
Better than out. It's not.
Right.
I wouldn't say better. It's a
Oh,
higher class.
Yeah, so like for example, what would you compare Roots Chris to? I mean, for example,
Well, it's in the family of Mastros.
right. So
Mortons,
Mastros,
Flemings.
Yeah, Flemings.
Yeah.
You know, like it is a
steakhouse.
It is
It's
a
a 4 or
steakhouse.
5 star steakhouse.
Right. It's just that it just so happens that people down on it because it's such a gigantic brand, and you can go into any city in America and there's 2 or 3 right in the city. You know, so again, I'd put it right next to Morton's.
Yeah.
I'd put it next to. I mean, again, name your famous steakhouse around the country. Roots Chris is there. It is not Outback at all.
Well, no, they said it's a step above Outback.
Way above.
So then Chili's, I guess, like they made this funny commercial on social media, kind of like making fun of them. Like, as long as you have clothes on, you can come eat here.
Well, yeah, you can wear a tank top to Chili's. You should not be wearing a tank
Totally
top to Roots
fine.
Chris.
I feel like a man should not wear a tank top anywhere besides the beach or the gym, period. End of sentence.
I actually don't understand people who wear tank tops underneath their shirts.
I never
What
have.
is that? Why?
Yeah,
do
because you still got the armpit.
Yeah, well, I thought the T-shirt underneath was to make sure you don't sweat through.
Right, isn't it?
I thought so.
I get it. I'm with you,
It's a
Cap.
look. I don't agree with it either.
Roots Chris, just as a side note here, when I go, and I have one close to my house, and I'll go on occasion, I'll have dinner in the bar. They have a pretty good happy hour menu. I really don't get a steak that often at Roots Chris. Very rarely.
You
do
like
I get a
salmon at steakhouses.
But at Roots Chris, they have a chicken dish, and the chicken is unbelievable. They like split the chicken, and then they infuse the chicken with this crazy ass like cheese sauce thing.
Ew.
It's got to be the most unhealthy thing you could ever eat in your life, but it is freaking bomb. So every time I go to Roots Chris, I wind up getting their chicken. It's amazing.
You know that the one in Marina Del Rey closed for like a day and a half recently?
Why?
It had rats.
Yeah.
Now, if this place had to close because we had rats, we'd be closed every day.
Long time, huh? Yeah.
And I ain't talking about the actual rodent.
Oh. Those
I'm a rat.
Rats wearing tank tops.
Although
in that Roots
Sedano and
Chris?
we've gotten rid of most of them.
Okay, how
There's
many-
probably still a few
How
lingering.
many do you think you got left?
I think maybe 2. But
or
we'll,
3?
we'll get
2.
them.
2?
We'll get them.
2?
We'll get them.
Where would the
Wonder who they
Snakes
are.
eat rats, according to Mace, remember?
Yeah.
I did hear that.
All right, so I sent this in our group text yesterday. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at it, but United announced yesterday the new United Relax Row. So
The what?
the United Relax Row.
Right.
And it's super cool, and I'm totally into this. It's a first of its kind economy seating concept that's dedicated for a row of 3 economy seats to lie into a flat mattress-like space after takeoff. So if you're like a couple, or if you got your kids with you, or even if you're by yourself and you want to just sleep the whole time, basically the front part will fold up, so it's flat, and then the back will go all the way back, so you can have 3 seats all to yourself. They're doing this, they're taking up a couple of rows of like the regular economy. So basically they're pushing out the people that are like, cheapskates or on a budget, whichever one it is. And they think that more people are going to buy this. Is this something that you guys would pay for?
Have they mentioned what it's going to cost? Because like when I book a flight, for example, I just recently was booking flights to go to my daughter's graduation in New Orleans. And
which airline?
Southwest.
Okay.
And so, but then here's what happens is after you look, you go, hey, $266. That seems like a pretty good price. And then you book it, and then they go, okay, now you got to buy your seat, right? So now, wait, I thought it was $266, but now I got to pay $48 to pick out my seat. Okay, they got me. So now I'm going to pick out like A and C and hope that nobody sits in B, right? But if somebody comes to sit in B, then me and my son will go, oh, hey, if you would like the aisle seat or if you would like the window seat, we'll take the middle seat. Okay. So have they mentioned how much this is going to cost to get all three across?
Well, they haven't announced the pricing yet, but I guess, like Business Insider people are assuming that it can be had for the price of 2 or 3 economy. Like you're basically just buying the seats.
You're buying the row.
Right.
Mhm.
And not too far above that because, if you want to get first class, that's still first class. And then if you have like those long haul flights, you still have the Polaris business, lay down seats that George Sedano always likes to travel in.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like for me, somebody who flies back and forth on United to Cleveland, I feel like that's something where that would be great. But I've had plenty of times where I've had the whole row and I've been able to do that and I don't have to pay for it.
Right.
So in that case, what's really the difference, right?
Well, the difference is the guarantee.
Yeah.
Hey, so let me ask you a question. If it's $300 to fly from LAX to Cleveland and they tell you that it's going to cost $850.
I don't have that kind of money.
Okay, so you're not going to do it?
No.
Okay.
Would you?
No. Listen, I'm fine sitting in coach. I'm fine sitting in the last row. All I need is my little, that
Pillow,
Hans
neck
device. The Hans device they wear in NASCAR. I wear one of those on a plane. I can sleep no problem. I will take the cheapest plane. I'll take the cheapest ticket on the plane. No problem.
I said this yesterday when this story came up. In the 2000s, when I would fly to New York every week for Costas, I was at Premier Radio and Fox Sports Radio. Craig Kitchen was a very nice man who took care of certain things in people's contracts.
Shout out to
so
Craig.
I was blessed to fly first class back and forth.
Oh, wow.
On the company. That was not my own. It was a blessing. Then later, my next place with David Gow and the Houston group, the quickest way for me to get to LAX to Houston was Hobby Airport, Southwest, 6 a.m. flight. There's no first class. Now, I was A status, but I did hundreds of Southwest flights in my life. And sometimes I slid right into that seat, and sometimes I didn't slide right into that seat. So now I ain't messing around.
No.
So our Chicago flight, we're in Sedano class.
Oh, really?
Because here's the thing. By the time you do the math of, I got to pay for checked bags, I got to pay for this.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I just want to make it easy. We just free bags, no upgrade. It's like, let's just do it.
Okay.
It's a nice occasion, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, if I just had to fly there by myself, Good Karma flew us all to Wisconsin a few years back. We were in elevated. It wasn't business class, but it was like elevated economy. So we had room, economy plus. And we had all the row to ourselves.
Okay.
So it was us. I wasn't sitting next to strangers and stuff. But, why waste the time?
I got this Warren Buffett guilt thing that I do when I fly, which is that if Warren Buffett chose to not fly first class when he flew commercially.
Oh, yeah, because you can compare yourself to Warren Buffett.
Well, no, don't you see what I'm saying?
That is very successful.
Don't you see what I'm saying? That if Warren Buffett would sit in coach, why would I want to not sit in coach? Like if it's good enough for him, then it should be good enough for me. That's what I'm trying to say. Now.
Well, our owner, Sam Pines, he flies. Now, he gets upgraded a lot because he flies so much, but he'll buy coach.
Yeah.
He's got no problem with it.
That's the same thing.
If I was by myself, I would say, yeah, no problem.
Right. By myself, I will sit in the back of the plane, no
but
problem.
For a special occasion, once in a while, guess what? It all equals out.
But I
eventually.
would say this, if I had the miles to upgrade, then I would do it. But if I don't have the miles to upgrade, then I'm not paying for first class. No way. No chance.
The Italian Stallion, when he takes his exotic international trips, you know what class he's going in.
Oh, yeah, international, I feel like you have to go. I've never traveled. I've never flown more than from, like, LAX to New York. I think that's, like, the farthest. Maybe, I don't know, Baltimore, if that's further or not.
By the way, coming up will be the Chicago trip in May that we're going on.
Yep.
This will be my first flight in adulthood I've ever tackled without alcohol.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I've never been sober on a flight.
Yeah.
Take a
Since
Benadryl.
before I was a kid, obviously, when I'd go with my parents to places. But, yeah.
I give Chewy.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that.
Also, United bans you if you don't have headphones.
Yes, which is
Which
another
good.
reason
That's
to love
good.
those guys.
Good.
Another reason to love those guys.
Thank goodness.
Seriously. Yeah.
All right,
but
really
I will
quick
just say
here.
first class, just one thing. If you've never flown first class, and again, I would never pay for it, but I did fly from Paris to Chicago first class because a friend of mine had given me like American Airlines miles to use. And let me tell you something. It is a whole different world when you're on that length of a flight and you can watch 5 movies and they keep feeding you and they keep giving you drinks. But I've also flown internationally where I'm sitting in the back of the bus, man. Because
internationally, to me, in the back would be tough.
I flew to Fiji, LAX to Fiji.
How long was the flight?
10 hours, 11 hours, whatever it was. And me and my now ex-wife, maybe this is why she's my ex-wife, we sat in coach. And I was like, I was fine. And she was like, I'm so uncomfortable. And I was like, listen, I don't know what to tell you, girl. We're flying coach.
By the way, Chris, a tip for you when you fly first class, if you want the flight attendants to be your best friends ever, just buy a couple of $5 or $10 Starbucks gift cards, give them to your flight attendant when you get on the plane, and they will bring you all the extra everything and act like you are like the king of the world. They really appreciate that stuff.
But that is a good tip.
All right, really quick, I want to play this Tiger Woods sound because his team lost in the TGL Championship last night, which I have not been following. I knew it was on because I heard everyone talking about how Tiger was going to golf in it, but I could not tell you anything about the actual competition itself. But afterwards, once his team lost, he was asked whether or not he's going to play in the Masters coming up. Here's what he said.
I've been trying. It's just this body it doesn't recover like it was when it was 24, 25. Doesn't mean I'm not trying. I've been trying for a while. I've had a couple bad injuries here over the past year that I've had to fight through, and it's taken some time. But I keep trying. I want to play. I've loved the tournament. I love being there since when I was 19 years old. So it's meant a lot to me and my family and over the years, and I'm going to be there either way with the loop that's going up there, as well as the Champions Dinner. So.
You think that decision will have to come right down to the Friday before?
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll be practicing playing at home this week, and keep trying to make progress.
So what do you guys think?
Our eyes were all locked in yesterday in the studio because Tiger was playing.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing him dressed up with holding a golf club, it was amazing that's what we care about. We don't care whether he can win or whatever. But here's what I would say. On Monday, just the post, and it was everywhere, that you just saw his hands holding a club with the watch and getting his sponsor in there, said, I'll be back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That you just know by his hands that's Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about the color of his skin. You just know by his hands. It's great, but he also looks so uncomfortable. At one point, Scott Van Pelt interviewed him before, and the sweat's pouring off his head because who knows what he has to take just to get through the pain that he's in. At some point, it's like, you know what, homeboy, we love you, but you don't look comfortable. This is sort of sad to watch at this point.
Well, why do you think he played in this TGL Championship? And by the way,
he needed people.
Okay,
remember,
that's
him
what
and Rory are partners in this.
Yeah.
And the numbers last year for year one were tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
He also played a lot more.
Yeah.
The numbers are down this year, and I think they needed eyeballs.
I think listen, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. Look, I mean, I don't know that the TGL has become appointment viewing yet. And when the TGL is on a Tuesday afternoon at whatever time it was, Pacific time, call it 3 or 4 o'clock, that's not like appointment viewing. People are used to Monday Night Football on Monday night. They know Sunday you watch football all day. They know during the baseball season your team's going to be playing every single night. And the TGL has yet to catch on as appointment viewing. So it's like, hey, are we struggling? Well, what's our answer? Well, put Tiger out there. And if Tiger shows up, that will fix the situation. Eyeballs will be focused on it, to your point. But his team lost. LA won. So when is the victory parade? Like, are we doing what we did for the Dodgers?
Oh, yeah.
For the LA Golf Club?
2 million people all around downtown LA.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Be honest, Kat,
are we on the streets?
Did you have any clue that there was a TGL event yesterday?
Of course.
Before you heard about Tiger playing in it?
Oh, yeah, only because, just understand one thing, I'm much more in tune with golf than ever before because my 25-year-old son is like way, way, way deep into golf. So it's not like I can escape it. So if my son wasn't into it, though, Lindsay, to answer your question,
golf, but
I would have nothing.
Yeah, I love golf, but I don't. That one didn't. Had no
Speaking
interest
of golf,
for me.
Chris, do you have an update on your headphones? Did you get them in yesterday?
Yeah, did you get
They were delivered to my house. I stayed at Stephanie's last night, but I can't wait to get them and bring them in tomorrow morning and use them on the train. The LeBron collab, the Nike Beats by Dre collab in his golf video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
Cap, you should get them and wear them on your next Cappy Lappy that you're not going to have and see if he notices them.
Should I also? I'll wear my Luka shoes because I was wearing those yesterday, and you didn't really comment on them, Linz. But I'm wearing my Lukas.
I usually do. I didn't notice yesterday.
Yes, I'm wearing my Lukas a lot. Appreciate those. What a gift giver you are.
I don't need Tiger to play in the Masters.
But a lot of people want to see him do the ceremonial.
That would be great. If
I'm
he
going to
does
play,
this-
I'm going to
yeah.
tee off, and then I'm going to withdraw.
No, I don't have any. If Tiger plays, great, but I don't have this expectation that he's going to win anymore. Like, I really still thought every time he put on a shirt and a pair of pants and golf shoes and showed up, hey, he's still got a chance to win. I don't think so anymore.
2019 was amazing. I cried.
I cried too.
Yeah.
I cried too.
It was emotional.
My
it was a
roommate
great
who
comeback.
doesn't even watch golf cried. That was the first golf thing he's ever watched, and he even cried because
Well, it
I
wasn't-
sucked him into it.
It wasn't just what happened in his personal life many years earlier. It was also the car crash here and the recovery, and then for him to come back and
That happened after 2019.
Well, but still, you understand, the whole thing of him and what we've watched in his life, because that picture that I've shown you guys of me when I had the ponytail, you got to understand that's pre his first Masters. That's like 1997 when he's choosing to leave Stanford to turn pro. And so we've literally watched Tiger Woods go from little kid on TV who's a golf prodigy to he's a grown man who's got real problems in real life, from his extracurricular activities to his ex-wife to the injuries and the terrible car crash. We've watched it all for him. And unlike a Jack Nicklaus or an Arnold Palmer, who we kind of think of it's a straight line, with Tiger Woods, it has zigged and zagged all over the place. And we could never have seen that coming when he was a kid winning his first Masters. And he says, well, I didn't even bring my A game. And he killed everybody. Watch his whole life.
And now we know, him getting tied up at 8 months in the garage hitting golf balls maybe wasn't the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
It made him incredible, but could have caused some issues. Is that it, Lynn?
Yeah, that's it for the
All right,
Lindsay segment.
thank you. It is that time. We do it every day. We read from the calendar of the day. Don't sweat the small stuff. I saw a presentation yesterday where this is going to be presented to a partner.
Okay.
That's pretty impressive. We created something out of a calendar every day.
Nice.
Now they're talking to a partner for it,
Took
to be a
somebody else's
sponsor.
thing, and we turned it into ours.
Today, Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. Don't forget to have fun, Cappy. Well, you never forget. Bring that Walmart bag and you say, we're going to have some fun, sucker.
We are.
When you look back on your life, it's very likely that you won't be asking yourself how much money you made or how many possessions you managed to collect. Nor will you see the purpose of life as being the collection of achievements or even the fulfillment of your goals. What you will see is that the purpose of life was to be kind and loving, to grow, and to give back to others. You will have plenty of regrets if you forget to have fun, and probably none if you don't. See, Cappy?
Well
That's
said.
why once in a while, you say, Rachel, we're going to fly first class. We're going to be comfortable. That was for you.
I'm going to probably have to fly her first class to Florida when we go to Florida to visit my family.
What, and you're not? You're going to go back and coach by yourself?
Well, wait a second. You ready? So I'm going to go to New Orleans, and then I'm going to go from New Orleans to Florida. So
That's
for
a good
me,
trick.
I'll walk to Florida, But for her, she's going to have to go from LAX down to Florida, darling. And she's going to be like, wait, what? You didn't get me first class?
At least
I'm
get her
traveling by myself.
elevated economy.
Yeah, I got to treat her
Don't
right.
have her in the back of the plane. That won't go well for her.
No. I'll sit by the bathroom. I don't care.
It is time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal. Brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer. Or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 01961658, Cappy.
All right, got a couple of minutes. I'm going to pose a scenario to you guys. You guys tell me what the deal is, but let me just set it up by letting you guys know this. I have a close friend of mine, very close friend. Guy got divorced many years ago, and he actually told me when he got divorced, he goes, I'll be remarried in a heartbeat. He goes, I'm that kind of a guy. Well, it's been like 15 years. Guy's still never been married, and he, by the way, he slays. I had no idea. I didn't know he had this in his act.
Let's cut that up.
But
he slays.
He does. The dude
We did a
slays.
snap, too.
Okay, right. And so he tells me the other day.
slays.
He tells me the other day, I go, hey, how's things going with this new girl you're dating? He goes, oh man, she's just amazing. I mean, gosh, we're having this incredible time. Now he's complaining a little bit. He's like, everywhere we go, it's super expensive. Like she expects to be treated a certain way, and everywhere we go, I got to take her to $400 dinners. I'm like, are you out of your mind, bro? Like, so anyway, okay, he's having a good time. She's younger than he is by about 15 years or so. So he's not really sure if this is a long-term thing. But he tells me this story. They watched a TV show, and there was some political humor on the TV show, and the political humor was very liberal humor, and she gets very upset. Now, you got to understand, this is a guy who's incredibly liberal, okay? Well, it turns out she's incredibly conservative. She's on the opposite end of the spectrum, right? So they're watching this satirical show, and she starts getting really, really upset. Now, he has a decision to make. Do I let her know, I think this is funny and I agree with this? Or does he keep his mouth shut because he got this very hot woman who's much younger than him? He says the lovin' is off the charts, okay? So my question to you guys is all this. Could you be in a relationship and lie? And by lying, you're not saying anything. You're just keeping quiet.
Why are you lying?
Because he's, in his real life, he's the most liberal guy. He's the most Northern California liberal guy that you've ever met in your life. And she is apparently the most over-the-top, right-wing, conservative, Catholic, Christian, whatever. I mean, very religious. So they're opposites.
I don't think you can be in a relationship in that case, like marriage. But if it's just like hooking up and hanging out, then whatever.
Was there heavy petting?
Right.
Yeah. Hooking up, hanging out, heavy petting. Yeah, that's fine. But otherwise, you can't. I don't think you can marry someone who's on opposite ends of the spectrum.
If you're just trying to look for the heavy petting, then you're fine. Just stick with it. You can lie that whole way through and never say a word.
Right, okay, that's my question. So you don't say to her at any point, "Hey, listen."
If that's all you want,
right? I think you're awesome. Okay, and I respect the fact that you're really religious, and I know you've got passionate political opinions, but they're so polar opposite of mine that I can't be with you anymore. You keep your mouth shut and you enjoy the heavy petting.
Stephanie and I don't agree politically. We just don't really talk about it. And at times when we do, we'll be like, I'll go, well, I know how you feel. Or she'll go, well, I know how you feel. And that'll be it. Sometimes it becomes a joke around her family or around others, like, oh, Chris, you know how he is. But it's not like going to ruin, why would it ruin the relationship?
Well,
it can very easily.
It can, but if you allow it to.
If you argue over it and get it in.
And it depends on how strongly your opinions on certain things are, Because
Well,
there's some things I feel like you can't really,
This friend of mine, he gets really upset. Like,
that's on him then.
Okay, so here's
He's
what
a
I
dope.
told him. Here's what I told him. I got great news for you. He goes, what is it? I said, she's going to break up with you. So shut your freaking mouth. Enjoy the heavy petting. Don't tell her how you feel politically versus how she feels politically.
Did he spit on him?
And eventually, she's going to find out, and she's going to break up with you. So the good news is, you can enjoy this relationship for however long it lasts, and you will never have to break up with her.
Do you and Rachel agree politically?
I would say for the most part, yeah.
So she doesn't know about some of the conversations you and I have then?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not.
So you pretend.
Well, there's pretending versus being quiet.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's differences.
But to me, if you can't be authentic, then what's the point?
Well, that was my point to him. I'm like, bro, you have such strong opinions. You cannot be with this woman because you're offended by what she's saying, but yet you're too much of a wimp to tell her the truth.
Berkey, you and Mean Gene?
Same page politically?
We're completely on the same page.
You know what I like to tell people? If you really, really like someone and you completely disagree politically, you just, when that topic comes up, like, no politics. No politics. Politics talk is banned. It's banned at our campfire in Allegheny. No political talk whatsoever. And you just say, you can't do anything about it anyway. Well, so why are you going to get upset about it?
Yeah, but again, listen, I got to tell you something. I've seen his girlfriend, and I also would keep my mouth shut.
All right, we get it, Cappy.
No, seriously, I would.
I think we've already gained that
we get the point.
I would not say a damn
You've
word.
already called her hot.
I wouldn't say a word.
The loving is amazing.
Right.
I mean, sounds like you want to say something so she can break up for you.
Yeah, really. It's like, I'm telling you, I keep my mouth shut. She hot.
Well, actually,
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
You got to put more Family Guy on the show.
Yeah,
We're going to. Well, that does it for a Windy Wednesday edition
That's a wrap.
of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'll see you tomorrow for a Thursday edition. No Sedano. So what are we doing tomorrow, Wins?
Beto's in tomorrow for Sedano.
Beto, shut up!
I think Beto and I are going to go get some Jalisco's Mariscos this afternoon.
This afternoon?
Yeah, you want to go?
Beto, no.
Shut up.
Get
Don't
that
shut up,
Chiles.
Beto.
How much protein's in one of those Jalisco's Moliscos?
I don't know. I can't eat all that fried stuff, though.
No, I don't want that. No.
Can't do
I'm
it.
going to stick to ground turkey, Jack. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Everybody have a beautiful day. The Rich Eisen Show right now.